You have been asking, and you are gonna get it. One of the most highly anticipated matches in WFA history. The WWE Evolve Championship is on the line here tonight, folks. And there you see the WWE ID Championship over his shoulder. It is indeed Cappuccino Jones in the house. An absolutely stellar breakout athlete in the WWE ID system. The WFA has seen many come and go, but right now, Cappuccino Jones is the man, and he's calling his shot. And new Evolve Champion here tonight. Two of the very best and brightest WWE has to offer. Cappuccino Jones, ladies and gentlemen, is going to deliver here tonight. Looking very forward to seeing Jones in his very first matchup here in the WFA. And keep in mind, the ID Championship that Jones holds in his hand is not on the line here tonight. So he has everything to gain and nothing to lose. And listen to this response. When Jones was announced appearing, everyone was very excited. But again, a tall task ahead of him in the form of the Evolve Champion. Of course, Jackson Cherry won the Evolve Championship back in April. He's been traveling all around the U.S. defending that title regularly on the independent scene and on Tubi for WWE Evolve, and there is the champ. Jackson Drake, ladies and gentlemen, has defeated the likes of Lindsay Dorado, Timothy Thatcher, Alec Price, Bryce Donovan, Keanu Carver, Sean Legacy. That championship rests firmly around his waist, regardless of opponents. But perhaps tonight he meets someone, his hungriest challenger to date, in the form of Cappuccino Jones. Full of confidence, and surprisingly, the rest of Vanity Project not at ringside for this one. We've seen them recently in the WFA, Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes. Over Jackson Drake going it alone here tonight. Again, just full of confidence. One of the most anticipated matches in WFA history, as both champions lock eyes, and we go to the introductions.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it's for the WWE Evolve Championship.
Yes, indeed.
Introducing first, the challenger from Coffeyville, Kansas. Weighing in at 200 pounds, he's the WWE ID Champion, Cappuccino Jones.
Drink it in. This is your moment, Jones.
And his opponent from Greensboro, North Carolina, weighing in at 199. Pronouns are King and Daddy. He is the WWE Evolve Champion, the Carolina Reaper, Jackson Drake.
It is so fascinating to see that WWE Championship and the ID Championship here in the WFA arena. I think it speaks volume to the commitment of quality that the WFA puts forth, the efforts behind the scenes of the entire crew to get to a moment that we can have like this. Two WWE champions going face to face in the main event of a WFA event. We see the Evolve Championship raised high. Dr. Thirsts versus Cold Brew. Cappuccino Jones taking on Jackson Drake. The bell rings and we are underway, ladies and gentlemen. And Jackson Drake in no hurry to lock up here. He knows what's at stake, but he knows the work ethic needed to be champion. And to get into the mind of Cappuccino Jones and let him know that he is not sweating this matchup could play into the strategy of Drake here tonight. Jackson Drake again to the apron here, taking his time. He knows what kind of fight he's in for here tonight. By biding his time, by making Jones sweat, hopefully looking to capitalize on a mistake made early here, as we see Jones chomping at the bit here to lock it up. And there we go, center of the ring. Jackson Drake easily, though, taking Drake down so far. There we go, Jones returning the favor, but immediately into a head scissors. Oh, look at that, showboating from the Vanity Project. You can expect nothing less of that from them. We see head scissors continuing to be applied here as Jones looking to escape, and he does. We're into a front headlock though on Jackson Drake. Welcome to the coffee shop indeed. You're gonna need a cup of coffee because these ones are gonna be in it for the long haul here tonight. So much at stake from both competitors. Waistlock applied now from behind. And Drake immediately going to the ropes here to call for the break and getting it. Jackson Drake again just trying to get into the head of Cappuccino Jones. There we go, looking to lock up center of the ring. Jackson Drake, no, instead capturing the ankle, picking it, taking down, only not even getting a 1 count on that one. Back to the front headlock as Jackson Drake continues to try and keep control, but Cappuccino Jones wants this just too bad. Obviously, you don't want to go into a right hand into a fist fight immediately there. You will get admonished by the official trying to keep this on the ground as a wrestling matchup. Pretty evenly matched so far, though, between both competitors. As Jackson Drake's again going to the ropes, and we thought Jones there was going to unleash there with the right hand, but choosing to keep his cool.
Where you going?
And here, Dr. Thirst isn't thirsty about getting into the thick of it in this matchup, at least not yet. Choosing to pick his spots. Trying to keep Jones cool, trying to keep him slow, trying to keep him from gaining any sort of momentum here as they continue to trade holds back and forth, jockeying for position, trying to maintain momentum. And so far, again, it has just been very back and forth, but Jones right now maintains some great wrist control over the champion. Jackson Drake able to get back up to his feet. Cartwheel there to turn over the control, but oh! Jones is turning him right back down with that wrist lock there. Has a firm grip on the wrist of Jackson Drake. No, Drake there looking to pull an ear, whatever he can. He's got an earring in that ear. But Drake again looking to escape as he is beginning to be in a little bit of trouble here. And Jones maintaining control of the situation there. Wrenching the arm, the wrist, the elbow, and the joints of Jackson Drake and that left arm. Drake there, oh come on! A cheap maneuver to escape with pulling of the hair, getting a 2 count, and Jackson Drake now though argue with the tactics, he's in control, but only for a second there as Jones once again maintaining that wrist control, wrenching the arm again. And Jackson Drake now getting a little bit desperate here for the escape perhaps. Great takedown, but Jones again right on top of the champion. He did his homework here. He is ready to take over the helm of that Evolve Championship and be the main highlight of WWE Evolve on Tubi as Jackson Drake get taken down again. And now we've got a hammer lock. But Drake again depending on those ropes to allow him to escape another hold of Cappuccino Jones. Jones looking great so far in the early moments of this thing. Jackson Drake Seems a little bit overwhelmed here. Favoring the shoulder a little bit. Coming in once again as Cappuccino Jones gets behind him again. Now, Jackson Drake once again pulling the hair in an attempt to escape, but Jones is not letting go of control. There we go. Breaks it free now with that snap here. Oh! Deep arm drag. Deep arm hook. Cappuccino Jones on top of the champ once again, and knee firmly placed on the cheek, at least for a moment there. Back again on top of the man. And again, just pulling at that shoulder area. The elbow is not meant to bend that way, and Jackson Drake knows it as he desperately uses his boot to shove Jones off of him, at least for a second. And once again, another arm drag, another takedown, another arm hold. And Cappuccino Jones firmly in the driver's seat in the opening of this match. But there are no points. All that matters is pinfall or submission. Who's going to walk away WWE Evolve Championship at the end of this matchup? As Jackson Drake again uniquely attempts time and time again to escape the grasp of Cappuccino Jones, but no go so far. Cappuccino Jones very much on top and in the head of the champion. And then double champ Cappuccino Jones would look great. But again, this is just the opening minutes of this matchup. Jackson Drake, although overwhelmed early, is a lethal machine in the ring. And perhaps we're going to see him go to work here as we just see a second kick from the champion. And now, seems this has gone to a striking game, dropping the knee across the chin, the nose of Cappuccino Jones, as Jackson Drake beginning to shake off the effects of all the work that Cappuccino Jones put into that arm and shoulder area of Drake. Looking Irish whip, first one of the matchup here, coming off the ropes. Nice hip toss there by Cappuccino Jones. And another arm drag. Keeping the champ down, and a drop kick sends Jackson Drake down to the mat as he goes to the outside now to recompose himself. And that is not what Jackson Drake wants to have happen in this matchup. The momentum picks up, the pace quickens, and Cappuccino Jones goes haywire in this thing. So far, Cappuccino Jones has had an answer to any and all of Jackson Drake's offense. It seems like we are primed and ready for a new Evolve champion here tonight. But, as you see, both men, calm and collected, they are elite when it comes to professional wrestling. There's a reason they're at the top of their respective games and divisions in the WWE. They literally have the world in their hands. As you see both men eyeing each other up, staring each other down the barrel. Both, again, back. No vertical base. Says here, take my arm. Jackson Drake is begging for him. Take his arm. Fall into my trap. And there it is, the boot. Jackson Drake definitely wanted to bring this into a striking game. He got out-wrestled for the first many minutes of this matchup. Maybe he feels that Cappuccino Jones is better than him in that department, and now Jackson Drake instead changing his strategy. And now seems to be mounting a little bit of offense here as Jones attempts to fight back. Jackson Drake, though, trying to cut him off at the start. Oh, Jones not letting up here, coming off instead. Head scissor takedown. And another drop kick, and again we see the pace quicken, and Cappuccino Jones again in the driver's seat, but Jackson Drake wants no part of that. Back to the outside, back to the guardrail, back to collecting himself and cooling the jets of a very game Cappuccino Jones. And it looks like the mouth, the lip perhaps, has been busted open of Jackson Drake. And Drake offended seemingly at the audacity of Cappuccino Jones to bring the fight to him. Or perhaps Jackson Drake enjoys it a little bit. Here we go, coming in though, but meeting the fists of Cappuccino Jones, saying, you want to bring a striking game? Let's strike. But Drake having an answer, shooting Jones back off the ropes, but comes in with a back elbow. And again, a second one now. Jackson Drake eating all sorts of offense from Cappuccino Jones here. Oh, has an answer for anything that Jackson Drake is throwing him. And the ID champion looking like $1 million in this thing right now, as Jackson Drake once again worried about his moneymaker. Instead needs to be worried about mounting a proper strategy that is going to work here tonight. Oh, Jones getting driven into the corner though by Drake. Oh my goodness, lighting him up right now with some chops. And again, that'll make you catch your breath. It's quite the wake-up call, those knife-edge chops. Sent into the buckle now. Drake charging in. Oh, eating the boot instead, though, of Cappuccino Jones. Coming off. Springboard. Going for another head scissors. Uh-oh, looks like he's been caught, though. Jackson Drake. Oh, hot shot into the top turnbuckle. Cappuccino Jones in trouble for the first time in this matchup, as Jackson Drake has a very different look in his eyes now. He's got Jones set up, and slinging him right on top of the top rope. You gotta wonder what dastardly plan Jackson Drake has in mind. Springboard off the top, driving the knee into the back of the neck of Cappuccino Jones. And Jackson Drake is beside himself, loving it. And just like that, the entire complexion of this match has changed. And now, come on, referee, let's break this up. He's on the outside of the ring. 2, 3, we got a 5 count, and Jackson Drake sucking every last second he can to enjoy that moment of punishment on his opponent. And we now begin to see the seeds planted. We now begin to see the strategy unfold. We now see why Jackson Drake is the Evolved Champion. But we're also seeing the fight and tenacity of Cappuccino Jones. Now get those legs folded up. Jackson Drake in the driver's seat, mocking the challenger tonight. How's about that? Stretching him out. Across the knees. Jones looking to escape here. You see Drake firmly has those ankles locked, but Jones floating over here for a cover. 2 minutes, time wasted for the referee to get in position, though, only getting a 1 count. Jones looking to mount some offense with a kick, but Drake with the deep dragon screw. And not letting go of that ankle, you notice. He hung on, and now, oh my goodness. Figure 4, perhaps? No. Oh, how's about that? He's got that locked in deep. And ladies and gentlemen, Jackson Drake loves to use an ankle lock to try and finish his opponents. I think we just found out the game plan here for tonight. As the leader, say the head of the Vanity Project, showing exactly why he is that there. Oh my goodness, bow and arrow-like stretch across the knees. And Jackson Drake has the legs hooked, has the jaw clenched. He is firmly in control of this thing now, folks. As much trouble as he was in the early moments of this thing, Jackson Drake now proving why he is a WWE superstar. Oh, driving the knee into the face, the eyes, the bridge of the nose. And Cappuccino Jones is hurting right now. And a low drop kick just to maintain control. And Jackson Drake showboating for this audience to show that he is firmly in the driver's seat. Driving the knee again. Very different approaches to the game, you'll notice as well. Cappuccino Jones loves to pick up the pace, loves to keep things moving. Jackson Drake, though, loves to slow it down, loves to pick his spots, and loves to wait for Jones to come to him so that he can capitalize. And has his next strike in mind as he just once again drives his boot through the spine of Jones as we go for a cover 2 and Man, what a different look in the eyes of Jackson Drake here. As he now has a plan to bring this to the outside of the ring. Jackson picking up Jones. Look out! No, Jones instead landing on his feet and locking A right hand in on the jaw of Jackson Drake and lights up the champion hard with a knife edge chop. And Cappuccino Jones giving the fans a moment to remember there. Capturing that one forever. And the champion is in trouble. As much punishment as he likes to dish out, he definitely does not like to take it. Courtesy of Jones here tonight. Everything that Jackson Drake's career. Oh, that's a thick one if I've ever seen one. But every waking hour, every moment of hard work that Jackson Drake has poured into his career, it is on the line tonight in the form of that WWE Evolve Championship. Oh, and as you'll see, Jackson Drake will do anything and everything to make sure he walks out still the WWE Evolve Champion. Now Jackson Drake calling for a chair. And again, the look in Drake's eye, very different from how he walked out here tonight. We see the violence turn up from Drake. We see a different side of him. A much more violent, darker side. A much more aggressive side. And what does he have planned as he has Cappuccino Jones sitting in that chair? He's going to give him a front row view as to why he's the champ. Incoming drop kick! And oh my goodness, if you'll notice, ladies and gentlemen, after that drop kick, Cappuccino Jones' head bounced off our ringside table with the ring bell. So not only the damage from the drop kick, but eating a side of the table like that, Cappuccino Jones could very well be knocked unconscious here. And Jackson Drake reveling in his destruction as Cappuccino Jones is nowhere to be seen on the floor. I think we may need some help out here. So the 10 count is issued. We see a little bit of movement from Cappuccino Jones, but not much. Favoring his head, his face. It has taken a lot of damage just now, ladies and gentlemen, as we now reach a count of 7. Drake demanding the official make that 10 count. We are at 8, ladies and gentlemen. This is not looking good. We're at 9. This thing is all over, ladies and gentlemen. But oh, wait a minute! Out of pure desperation and survival, Cappuccino Jones knows that WWE Evolve Championship is on the line and wants to be champion, but at what cost?
You're so stupid!
As Drake rakes the back and stomps on the hands of Cappuccino Jones. Oh! I'm not sure how smart that move was for Jones to get back in the ring after that, after the damage he'd sustained on the outside, but Cappuccino Jones proving me wrong here. He still has a lot of fight left in him, raining down with elbows, trying to avoid that fireman's carry position, and now has a waist lock. But again, Jackson Drake does not want to let up the momentum he's gained in this thing, going to the ropes, and now taking advantage. It's a solid forearm to the spine, looking to take advantage here, dumping Jones to the outside. No! Jones, feet underneath him, luckily saving him from perhaps the end of his career at all. Neckbreaker across that top rope. And Cappuccino Jones, again out of desperation, trying to stay in this thing, but you can see the far-off look in his eyes. He is still trying to regain his composure. Springboard coming in, but waiting in the wings. Oh, gutbuster, courtesy of Jackson Drake. That'll break your ribs. 2 in. Oh, Jones able to escape the pinfall attempt there. Jackson Drake can't believe that drop kick on the outside, knocking Jones into the table, did not finish the job. He is still very much having to fight and claw and scratch to hang onto that Evolve Championship that WWE bestowed upon him. Drake now has a plan in mind, mounting the second and third rope here in the WFA arena, ladies and gentlemen. But Jones has other plans, quickly mounts to the top rope, catches the champion, has him hooked, superplex! And this is exactly what Jones needed. We have brought it back to an even playing field. Both men down on the mat after a hard-fought back-and-forth battle. It is now, once again, any man's game. Folks, if you're enjoying the action, we highly recommend you subscribe if you haven't yet. Visit our website if you're in the New England area to get matches like this. WFAWrestling.com has all the information of when you can catch us live. But man, there's nothing like being live for matchups like this one. How often do you get to see a WWE Championship defended on your home turf like this? As we see both men slowly rise to their feet, ready for battle once more. Cappuccino Jones coming off with the boot, and now we see those fists flying. Jackson Drake trying to get himself, but Jones had it scouted, and now reining in, peppering him with more shots, more left hands. Now Jones taking a step and knocking Drake right off his feet. Jones perhaps closing in now, looking to finish this off, has the cravat into a neck breaker. And now perhaps Jones feeling a little froggy. You see the sweat flying from the effort of both competitors. Bringing Drake to the corner with that hard buckle, and now a flying splash in the corner. Coming off that bottom rope with a elbow to the top of the head and driving him down now. Macchiato driver. And Drake somehow, some way able to get that shoulder up, and Jones is hurting. Both men are hurting. What a battle this has been. We are in the thick of it, but we have yet to see their greatest hits. So as good as this match has been, it's about to get a whole lot better. You see the crowd firmly behind Cappuccino Jones, who is making everything out of this ultimate opportunity here tonight to be a double champion in the WWE. Jones now mounting the top rope. Is he indeed feeling froggy here? Favoring that neck a little after hitting that table, but this is his moment. You gotta capitalize, wasting too much time perhaps. Looking, oh, I thought he was going for his froggy through elbow drop. Ducks the line instead from Jackson Drake, up and over. Sunset flip, but Drake has the high ground. No! The moonsault into the double knee drive, crushing the soul and perhaps crushing the champions of Cappuccino Jones. Coming in now. Oh my goodness. Jackson Drake closing in. It looks like this is his. Oh my goodness. Driving his knee into the top of the neck. Oh, Cappuccino Jones, though, kicking out with authority, and Jackson Drake beside himself. Cappuccino Jones knew what he signed up for in this thing. He knew what was at stake, and he will do anything to win the WWE Evolve Championship here tonight, and I think Jackson Drake just found that out. Look at himself. Highly emotional charged. But now, you go back to work. Every time a plan fails, you have a backup. You have the next strategy to approach, and that's what makes Jackson Drake so dangerous. That's what makes him the Evolve Champion. See now, mocks Cappuccino Jones. Look how hurt Jones is versus the kind of authority that Drake imposes. But wait a minute here. I think those strikes are waking up Jones here as he now battles back with those strikes, both delivering some solid elbows to each other's jaws. And it's about to get turned up here as both men rely on the ropes to deliver some momentum in those strikes. In comes Jones. No, Drake from behind captures the arm, but Jones fires back with an elbow regardless. For a Snapdragon, no, instead reversing. Drake coming in now with a shot. Looking to close in once again. Thought he was going to drop him on his neck again across the knee like we seen earlier. No, pile driver? No. Jones has an answer. Drake escaping. Jones escaping. We got to cover. 2 and watch those shoulders. Referee, beautiful bridge, like him or not, from Jackson Drake. And now looking. Who's the stronger of the two this deep into this thing? As you see the blood in the mouth of Jackson Drake. Both men putting up so much fight, so evenly matched. Wait a minute here, Jones back up to his feet, capturing the boot of Jackson Drake, missing an arm. Oh! A kick with authority to the side of the head of Jones, and we have seen time and time again Jones taking a lethal amount of punishment to his head. But receipt returned. There's a Snapdragon suplex. And now Jones, can he follow it up though? Coming in hard, and both men spilling to the floor. What an ugly, ugly landing for both men with that cross body. They both smashed the side of the ring and dumped to the floor. What is it gonna take to finish off either of these two? Again, the opportunity that presents itself to Cappuccino Jones to being a double champion and Jackson Drake's entire career, his life's work on the line, neither man wanting to take a loss here tonight. This night means everything to the both of them. And while they're not on Tubi, the title is still on the line. As we see Drake desperately trying to keep this to the floor, but Jones bringing him right back in the ring with him. And now, looking for the screw. No, not getting it instead. Jackson Drake eating a double stomp courtesy of Cappuccino Jones. But Drake still looking for that dragon screw, but Jones once again having an answer with an enziguri that sends the champion to the floor. Or perhaps by choice here by Jackson Drake, but look out, Jones! Coming in with that suicide dive. And now, Drake back in the ring. And I think it's time to get froggy now, as Cappuccino Jones looking to finish it off, looking to gain his second championship in the WWE, but instead Drake up to his feet and desperately getting to the ropes to stop Cappuccino Jones in his tracks. And now Drake has Jones where he needs him, back to that fireman's carry position he has relied on several times throughout this match, but he has yet to finish it off. And oh, wait a minute there, reverse Rana dumps the champion on the top of his head, and we've seen him just collapse to the mat as Cappuccino Jones looking to seal the deal. In he comes up to the top, no time wasted. The Froggy Brew elbow drop, and that is going to be all she wrote. We got a new champion too, and at the very last second, Jackson Drake gets the shoulder up, and so far, for the next few seconds, that championship is still attached to his name. And Cappuccino Jones a little bit disturbed here at what it's gonna take. He thought that was his moment. However, all it takes is one more second, and perhaps all it'll take is one more maneuver, one more attempt to close in on the champion here and claim victory. Oh, he was looking for the decaffeinator, but instead catches a kick from Drake, from Dr. Thirst, as he just gets dumped on his head, does Cappuccino Jones. And Jackson Drake once again digging deep into his repertoire, digging deep into his psyche, putting up an absolute fight in this war for gold. And oh, Jones, I thought he caught him with the arm there, but Drake had it scouted. Now we got the cover, 2 in. Jones able to escape. Jackson Drake out of desperation, perhaps looking to finish this off any and every way he can. Cappuccino Jones, though, not letting up. He was so close. Oh, there it is. Back to that fireman's carry position. Oh! Into a driver. Again, Jones getting dumped on his head. Oh! And a flying knee. And that is all she wrote. And look at that. Cappuccino Jones. Jackson Drake was able to retain, but if you notice the very last second, Cappuccino Jones tried to get a shoulder up, which was just a hair too late. And it makes you wonder if these two ever got into the ring again, would it have a different outcome. But ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us. We have more WWE ID Prospects coming to you next week because the former WFA Champion Gaul will be put to the ultimate test against Timothy Thatcher. But ladies and gentlemen, what a contest we had for you here tonight, but the result remains still your WWE Evolve Champion, Jackson Drake. We thank you for joining us. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe. Plenty more action coming your way. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you next time. The bell rings. Welcome back to another amazing, stacked episode of WFA Reborn. And man, we are doing it big with some ID showcase matchups. And if anybody's making a noise in the ID scene of the WWE, it has been Swipe Right.
What a better way to start the show off!
And we see, there they are, but first up in action is Ricky Smokes. Brad Baylor going to be in action a little bit more later tonight, and of course, Jackson Drake, the WWE Evolve Champion. He will be in action very soon, so make sure you subscribe. I see y'all begging for it, and it is coming. Jackson Drake will take on Cappuccino Jones for the Evolve Championship here in the WFA, here on Reborn. And Swipe Right, Blue Chippers, all the confidence and ego in the world to be superstars, and they get to prove it each and every week, folks. But as we've learned, the WFA has quite the stacked roster. And what an opponent lined up for Ricky Smokes here tonight, and God's greatest creation, Jeriel Rivera. Absolutely put together athletes, chomping at the bit to earn any and all opportunities that come his way. Jeriel Rivera with quite the opportunity here tonight, taking on a WWE ID prospect, one that makes waves each and every week on Evolve. Jeriel Rivera wouldn't mind being on that show himself and punching his ticket with a win over Ricky Smokes with all the eyeballs watching. Perhaps we can guarantee an opportunity like that in his future. Man, you want to talk about superstars. The man looks the part and can absolutely back it up in the ring, and he's going to need to tonight in what could very well be the biggest matchup of his young career. Ricky Smokes, just another matchup in his repertoire, but let's go to the introductions.
It's a WWE ID showcase match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the corner to my
has been putting on some size, getting bigger for the WWE landscape. I think it speaks volumes to the discipline and focus of Rivera that he is more sculpted, more fit than this WWE ID prospect Ricky Smokes. But only time will tell. The only thing that really matters.
It's never gonna happen. You gotta go through me. Tell me, Jerry, what makes you so special, man? You're so cool. Ruthless aggression.
Oh, how's about that to kick things off? Rivera setting the record straight that he is no pushover in this scenario, and he is coming to bring the thunder here on Ricky Smokes. And he's got Smokes up and right into the corner with some solid shoulder tackles. How's about that? Just eating Ricky Smokes alive in the opening seconds of this thing, and the referee pulls him out of the corner. Ricky Smokes getting out of dodge there from Rivera, though, but eating nothing but a shoulder tackle in the center of the ring. Rivera on fire, as I mentioned, possibly the biggest opportunity of his young career. And oh, look at that, catching Ricky Smokes out of the skies, but getting huddled with a drop kick there as he gets shotgunned right into the corner. Ricky Smokes now, here he goes, starting to feel it, gaining some steam, but caught once again, waiting in the wings is Rivera, and shooting out with a backdrop, and up to his feet. My goodness, Jerry L. Rivera. Perhaps God is greatest creation indeed. Oh, but Ricky Smokes stopping him in his tracks with a knife-edge chop. As the Vanity Project on the outside of the ring, loving what they were seeing for a second, but maybe not loving Smokes being on the receiving end of those strikes. Solid body shots, European uppercut. Rivera is very much in charge of this thing. Smokes worse for wear. Looks like he's going for the ride here. Up on the shoulders of Rivera. That strength, my goodness. Kick to the boot there. Rivera maintaining control. What's he looking for here? Picking up Smokes. Has him up. But a little bit too close to the ropes. It looks like, oh, Smokes took full advantage of that. Shotgunning Jerry O. Rivera across that top cable. The opening that he needed, perhaps, to take back. Oh, in the driver's seat here. Cover, count in. Rivera able to get that left shoulder up. Intense back and forth action. Smokes now back. Oh, Rivera, though, trying to create some distance. Not happening, though. Smokes all over Jerry O. Rivera in the corner there now. Probably not too happy. Not too happy about how this thing started, but man, is he ever taking over. Now Smokes knife edge chop once again. Just trying to maintain control, but Rivera fighting back. Not giving Smokes anything to work with here. Snapmare center of the ring. Smokes, what's he looking for here? Coming off the ropes at all. Just a solid boot. Nothing pretty about it. Oh, or that knee to the skull. Got to cover though. And only a 1 count on Rivera. Now driving a knee into the base of the spine. Ricky Smokes looking good as he continues to swipe right. All over Rivera. A referee calling for a break, but Baylor taking full advantage of the distraction there. Cohesive unit R swipe right as Jackson Drake, the WWE Evolve champion, looks on as well, with a grin on his face as Ricky Smokes continues to mount momentum in this. An Irish whip Rivera, but Rivera hanging on. Got a great hook of that top rope, not allowing Smokes to send him for a ride. What's Rivera got planned here? Oh, Smokes now looking to relinquish, but Rivera saying, nuh-uh, not today. Instead, here's a mouthful for ya. Strike after strike, shooting Ricky Smokes now. Looking for the back body drop. Smokes had it scouted and brings Rivera down to the mat. Smokes and Baylor pretty proud of themselves with that one. Had it scouted. spending some time in the WWE Performance Center with some of the greatest minds the sport has ever seen will definitely give you an advantage in the ring compared to the other independent talent like here in the WFA, as we see some clubbing blows now. It's a shameful thing that Ricky Smokes has such an ego on him, because he's a very talented athlete, a very talented professional wrestler. As he now takes his time instead of focusing on winning to showboat. And he was going for a suplex, but all that time was wasted as Rivera found the counter, sending Smokes for a suplex of his own. And Rivera digging deep as he is in the face of a potential future opponent in Jackson Drake. Trying to get his win back as he levels Ricky Smokes. Clothesline, back elbow. Ducking a line from Smokes himself, and now, sending him whirling in the air. Ricky Smokes on Dream Street. Rivera now, prime position. What's he looking for here? Up and over, smashing his head into the turnbuckle. And now Rivera better watch out there, right in the face of Jackson Drake again, but hits that lung blower, springboard, 2, and almost securing the victory. And what a victory that would be for God's greatest creation, as Ricky Smokes really hurting on the mat right now, face planted firmly in the canvas as Rivera slowly rises to his feet, looking to finish off his greatest foe. And Baylor right behind, just seizing an opportunity for the referee's back to be turned to get involved in this thing once again. Rivera, though, bringing it back center of the ring, looking to put Ricky back up on his shoulders, but Smokes want nothing to do with it, able to escape. Ricky Smokes back at a standstill here. Smokes looking to bail, though. Look at that. But he's got nowhere to run because he is in the ring with Jerry Rivera. Wait a minute here. Oh! STO into the middle buckle. Ricky Smokes saw his opportunity and took it, but caught once again by the ever-powerful Jerry Rivera, sending him up for the gut wrench. Oh, I thought he was going for a bomb there. Ricky Smokes, though, using his newly found weight advantage to his advantage. Able to break up that exchange, but back and forth now with the blows trading. Rivera with a solid open hand slap to the jawline of Ricky Smokes. Now a chop. Smokes hitting some strikes of his own, but Rivera firing back with a beautiful sling blade. And Rivera maintains momentum here. Looking to finish off Smokes once again up on the shoulders. He is looking to finish off Ricky Smokes here. Tilt-a-whirl into the bomb. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I thought that was it, ladies and gentlemen. And Baylor is ecstatic that it isn't just yet. Ricky Smokes back in this thing, but just barely, as Rivera came half a second, milliseconds away from winning against a WWE ID prospect. Ricky Smokes on his knees in a ton of trouble. Rivera has been a house of fire since the bell rang on this thing. And now looking to finish him off. Has him up. We've seen this before. Smokes once again, though, using the ropes to evade perhaps his destruction. Oh, what a kick there from Ricky Smokes. And now he is feeling it. Coming off. Oh, double knee drive into the solar plexus. 1, 2. Ricky Smokes able to rack up another win. A very hotly contested matchup and a very hard-fought victory from Ricky Smokes, who had to give it his all and turn it up a notch to be able to put away Jerry Rivera. So close.
Cameraman, get the hell out of my way.
Oh, and wait a minute here. WWE Evolve Champion
Pay attention.
Jackson Drake with the microphone.
No, I know. Each and every single one of you are used to seeing Heartbreak Drake, Dr. Thirst, the Carolina Reaper on WWE Evolve every single Wednesday night on Tubi. But tonight, myself and Swipe Bright, the Vanity Project, we're right here in the flesh, and you cannot change the channel. Go ahead and take it in, boys and girls. Take it in.
The bravado of this group.
place like this? And the answer is simple. I'm here to make history by defending my WWE Evolved Championship right here at the Elite Pro Wrestling Training Center at the WFA for the first time ever against another WWE champion named Cold Brew Cappuccino Jones.
That is coming soon, ladies and gentlemen. Champion versus champion.
Now here's the thing. Cappuccino, you and I are both champions, but you need to understand that there are levels to this, kid. You defend your championship in what? Armories? High school gymnasiums? I defend my championship at the WWE Performance Center. I defend my championship in the NXT arena. And tonight, I'm going to show everybody that you're nothing more than a pumpkin spice latte. You're just a flavor of the month. You're going to fizzle out and be forgotten. And the Vanity Project is going to continue to evolve. I mean, heartbreak drink. You just said it as good as it's going to get. Like, Swipe Right and Dr. Thirst, Jackson Drake, man, the champ. We do it better than anyone else. And Ricky, after that amazing flush win, everyone here saw it. Everyone watching at home saw it. That was the easiest win I've ever seen in my life. He barely did anything to you. And I just so happen to think that the same thing is going to go for your tag partner, your boy Brad Baylor, when I face Sean Legacy. And dude, I'm ready for Sean. I tell you guys that right now. I am so ready for Sean Legacy. I'm ready to go right now. And honestly, this is going to sound a little nuts coming from me, considering our past, but I don't think I need y'all ringside. I think I got this. And that's not a diss. I'm feeling confident. Brad Baylor's feeling good. So you just had a big, successful win. You're tired. Jackson, you got a big match to get ready for. Boys, go to the back. Brad Baylor is going to take care of this. He's going to make you boys proud. He's going to make you boys proud. Seriously, I got this. I got this, boy.
How's about that?
And look, Sean Legacy, how many times is that dude gonna come out here and do a stupid little pose and try to get your guys' approval? Are we not sick of it? Are we not sick of Sean Legacy? Hey, look, I get it. He's been all over the place. He's killing our involved. He was just on speed. But, I don't care. Brad Baylor doesn't care. Brad Baylor's the guy. Brad Baylor's that guy.
Well, we're going to find out if he's that guy, because he is about to take on one of the biggest names in the WWE ID system as well, in Sean Legacy. And this WFA faithful love him. They've seen Sean Legacy and Brad Baylor tangle before, and it was an epic encounter, but tonight just feels special, ladies and gentlemen. Both men firing on all cylinders in WWE. Two phenomenal athletes, and I'm quite surprised that Brad Baylor is going it alone after all the interference we saw with Ricky Smoke's matchup. But not wasting any more time, getting right back into the action. And this is going to be a match you do not want to miss. Sean Legacy and Brad Baylor one-on-one. And the patented slow motion high five. You gotta love his energy, Sean Legacy. One of the breakthrough stars of WWE ID. Indeed, a super athlete, if you've ever seen one before. Back to the introductions, ladies and gentlemen. This one is gonna be a banger.
The following contest is a WWE ID showcase match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first in the corner to my left, from his country club in Naples, Florida, weighing in at 212 pounds, Brad Baylor.
A mainstay of the WFA scene before he was signed to a WWE ID contract. He's only gotten bigger and better since.
And his opponent in the
a phenomenal athlete, a once-in-a-lifetime athlete. And I think Brad Baylor is going to find out the hard way exactly what that means. The Sean Legacy, match after match, has earned every opportunity given to him. Whereas you could argue Brad Baylor has taken every shortcut along the way, aligning himself with talent up and down the roster to secure himself his spot. The Vanity Project, swipe right, all of it lends itself to Brad Baylor's success. But Sean Legacy is one of one. A rarity in pro wrestling. So much charisma, so much athleticism. But Brad Baylor, there's a reason he is signed, ladies and gentlemen. And he's going to have to step up his game as he steps into the ring and eats an arm drag takedown immediately from Sean Legacy. And Brad Baylor back on the outside to try to cool the jets of Super Sean Legacy. Again, this crowd very familiar with Baylor and his tactics. Earned himself his own reputation in his backyard here in the WFA. But Sean Legacy, just one appearance, captured the imagination of this faithful crowd. And they absolutely love Sean Legacy. And here we go, a drop toe hold this time. Sean Legacy staying right on top of Brad Baylor, not allowing him to escape the ring this time, has him trapped. And as he begins to tug away at the shoulder, the rotator cuff, the arm, the elbow, and now the fingers of Brad Baylor, bending everything back in ways it is not supposed to bend. Having a lot of fun right now with one half of swipe right. And this crowd is loving it as he bends all the fingers back now of Baylor. My goodness. And Baylor just has nowhere to go but take it. The referee asking if Baylor is willing to give it all up, and I don't think we're going to see a submission finish here in the opening seconds of this match, but Baylor is definitely feeling a ton of pain in the opening minutes. Sean Legacy again contorting. Oh, he's trying to get him to swipe. Having a little fun at Baylor's expense here. Letting him know that his little mind games, all his little dirty tricks and his tactics are not going to work here tonight. Legacy came for a wrestling match, and a wrestling match is what he's going to get out of him. We see two inverted atomic drops. And Legacy once again mocking, getting into the head of the temperamental Brad Baylor here, who keeps walking into mistake after mistake after mistake, and he is paying for it left, right, and center. And Baylor is in a ton of trouble and better be regretting the fact that he left the other members of the Vanity Project in the back for this one, as Sean Legacy is having a field day in this matchup. Oh, a couple of kicks and now perfect moonsault cover, 2 in. Baylor able to escape that pinfall attempt. And Sean Legacy loving his stay here in Concord, New Hampshire for the WFA, as he once again gets to pick apart Brad Baylor. And man, did he eat him alive with that knife edge chop. We're gonna get another one. Perhaps a heart stopper. Sean Legacy now sends Baylor back to where he started this matchup on the outside of the ring. But no timeouts, no breathers. Just strike after strike as the crowd jaw jacks Baylor as they enjoy their front row view of the onslaught, non-stop assault of Super Sean Legacy. And you see the pain that Baylor is experiencing on his face as he just gets dropped into the corner of the canvas where there is nothing but steel rigging underneath. Sean Legacy breaking up the count, getting back to the outside and having a little fun with the crowd there, getting back into the action now as Baylor is still unable to get back up to his feet willingly on his own terms. Sean Legacy dragging him around this thing. And Baylor now begging, pleading, but this thing doesn't end until we get a 1, 2, 3. He just gets launched back into the corner. Sean Legacy picking up steam here, all but eating nothing but a boot from Baylor. And now Brad Baylor perhaps going to work, rocketing Sean Legacy into the corner. But Baylor's got to pick up the pace here. He's got to keep the momentum going. You see, you give him way too much time, and Sean Legacy is going to take full advantage of that. The man's agility, his ability to sprint is second to none from any opponents I've seen him up against. And Baylor now going to work. Here we go. It's not pretty, but it does the job, and it keeps Baylor up on his feet and in the driver's seat of this matchup. My goodness, the ferocity. You can feel the tension in the air in these matchups here in these ID showcases. It is at another level than we're used to here in the WFA, and hopefully it continues. As we see Legacy in trouble for the first time in this matchup. Brad Baylor, again, nothing pretty. No wrestling moves. Stomps, kicks, punches, anything. And perhaps out of desperation, but perhaps out of survival. Trying to stay in control and trying to keep Sean Legacy grounded.
What you got now, buddy, huh? What you got?
Oh, knife edge chop, though. Again, giving Sean Legacy a little bit of time. Paying for it there as he just ate a right hand. But Baylor looking to take advantage here, reversing that Irish whip and a back elbow. And to the cover. But only a 1 count. Sean Legacy getting out of dodge there. As he just got rocked, it looks like, in the jaw. But Baylor right back up to his feet. Sean Legacy really struggling there. That back elbow really rocked him. He knew he was in trouble. Why he escaped the pinfall so quickly and got to a corner. Great sound strategy. But Baylor now, some chops of his own, and now snapmaring Sean Legacy to the center of the ring. And look at this now, unrelenting. Oh! Dropping the elbow. Leg is hooked, but only a 1 count on Legacy again. Who again, as you see, escapes the pinfall, rolls to a corner, tries to give us some time to recompose himself, to lick his wounds, and hopefully mount a little bit of an offense here. And he knows Brad Baylor very well. They're on TV each and every week. They've been in matches against each other before. Sean Legacy knows that Brad Baylor takes his time, his swagger, his ego. And perhaps found a flaw in Brad Baylor's game, but right now Brad Baylor's looking flawless and on top. Now again, picking up Legacy, looking to dump him to the outside of the ring. And what does Brad Baylor have planned? Here in parts unknown. Sean Legacy again struggling to his feet here as Brad Baylor has his spot picked. He has him up at a knife edge chop up against the ring post there. And perhaps maybe just tit for tat here with a receipt. Knife edge chopping Sean Legacy in front of the WFA faithful. Sean Legacy again smartly trying to create that distance, trying to give himself some time here. Brad Baylor throwing him back in the ring, looking to finish the job perhaps. And just those white boots stomping a hole directly into the soul of Sean Legacy. And Baylor shining up that leg, shining up that quad. Wonder what he's got planned for it. As again, just going to town on Sean Legacy. I think if Brad Baylor really wanted to put away Sean Legacy, he'd pull out some moves, pull out some of that arsenal that's made Brad Baylor a top prospect in the WWE ID system. But instead, all we're seeing are strikes and attempts to ground Sean Legacy. And maybe it's out of fear here. Sean Legacy dumps Brad Baylor out of desperation with a back suplex. But look at Baylor right back up to his feet. And again, just sticking to strikes, sticking to grounding the Superman, Sean Legacy. And now going to work on his legs. Really trying to negate that athleticism, his high-flying style, those springboards. Negate the ability to throw Brad Baylor around. He's really trying to negate Sean Legacy's arsenal. However, Brad Baylor seemingly having an answer for everything except for maybe that back elbow. Oh, what a right hand there. That was a nasty one. But Legacy still coming back with the fight and plants him firmly with a DDT. A beautiful DDT. And we are back at square one, even playing field. The crowd firmly behind Sean Legacy. Both men looking to get back up to their feet after that exchange of strikes. Sean Legacy is feeling it. Both men up to their knees now. Oh, caught. Guarded. Sean Legacy beginning to mount some offense here. Sending Baylor rocking. Those patented kicks now from Legacy. And, oh, German suplex onto the back of Baylor's neck. Now coming off the corner, sliced bread, beautiful. Cover, legs are hooked, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Baylor with that left shoulder up. But Sean Legacy looking good here. His body's got to be aching after it just got picked apart by Brad Baylor. However, the job is not done until a pinfall or submission is reached. Sean Legacy knows the goal, and Brad Baylor does as well. That's why he rolled out of dodge here, calling for timeout, but timeout he is not gonna get. All he's gonna get is some more of Super Sean Legacy. They're back in the ring. Brad Baylor now hooking him in. No, counter though by Sean Legacy. Got a small package too, and oh, kicking out. Brad Baylor up and over, sunset flip. Legacy sitting down though, 2 in. Oh, very close near fall once again. Sean Legacy sunset flip in his own right. High stack 2, no. Brad Baylor kicked out, but Sean Legacy has other plans. Arms are hooked and driving him down. In styles, 2 and oh, so close. Baylor able to get the left shoulder up, and kudos to Baylor for putting up a fight. And you hear the crowd, the volume has reached a fever pitch. They are loving the in-ring action here. Back and forth between two WWE ID Prospects. And you hear them firmly behind Super Sean Legacy. You gotta wonder if Brad Baylor's got a plan here as he is begging, pleading, wishing anything he can do to avoid confrontation. But this thing is, oh, wait a minute, there it is. Hot shot, just like Ricky Smokes, using those steel cable ropes for leverage. And now Brad Baylor looking to seal the deal. Oh, devastating. Cover, count, that is all she wrote. No! Sean Legacy. He indeed is super, and I think Brad Baylor just found that out for himself in person. What is it gonna take, Brad Baylor? I don't know if he knows. But he is frustrated. I mentioned him being temperamental before. It's part of him being so young in his career. He has to learn to just pick it up, keep the pace going. Getting in the face of Sean Legacy. Maybe not the brightest idea Brad Baylor's had tonight. Oh. Look at Sean Legacy now. He has had enough. But maybe not having a choice here. Brad Baylor, no! How is Brad Baylor still on his feet after that one? A second one. And Brad Baylor, you see the tough grit of this young man. Oh, flying knee, my goodness. What is this matchup? Both men so evenly matched. And oh, there we go. But no, Sean Legacy with an answer with that drop kick as well. And Brad Baylor looking at his moves in the corner, and another kick courtesy of Sean Legacy. And Baylor up on the shoulders, driven down with that unique finishing maneuver. We got to cover 1, 2, 3. And in case you couldn't hear over this capacity crowd, your winner is indeed Sean Legacy. What a phenomenal matchup, and plenty more, so make sure you subscribe. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, Jackson Drake, Cappuccino Jones, it's champion versus champion for the WWE Evolve Championship. Make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss it. We'll catch you next time the bell rings as we watch this capacity crowd give Sean Legacy his flowers for a phenomenal match. Impressive physique as always. Gaul defeated Mosh Pit after his multi-year reign. However, WWE was a call and signed him as an ID prospect, and since then Gaul vanished, refused to defend the championship, so he was stripped of it, but he is back here tonight with WWE officials in his presence to show off everything he's learned. However, Gaul loves to flex, Gaul loves to showboat, but tonight he is in for the dirtiest fight of his life in the form of fellow WWE ID superstar Timothy Thatcher. Hopefully he's done his homework and knows what he's in for here tonight. Massive matchup, massive main event, as always here in the WFA. And the fans were excited when they heard this match announced. Let me tell you, Timothy Thatcher has a reputation. NXT, PWG, Progress Wrestling, Repro, WXW, Noah. He is the longest reigning Evolve champion in its independent iteration. Timothy Thatcher is a bruiser to the bone, and he is going to bring all the hurt to Gaul here tonight. And the WFA audience has been waiting to see Gaul eat his words, and if there's one man in the pro wrestling scene to do it, Timothy Thatcher is that man, and I am excited to see exactly how this match unfurls. A stark contrast in styles.
Take off my medals, Dom.
As we see the introductions.
It's actually free medals. It's free medals.
Oh man, get your head in the game. Do you know who's in the ring with you?
The following contest is a WWE ID Showcase match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first in the corner to my left, from Mount Olympus.
Oh, yeah.
Entering the ring in perfectly mint condition. He is the real-life action figure. It's Gaul!
It's gone.
It is Gaul, my goodness. He is mint condition, there's no doubt about that.
His opponent in the corner to my right, from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 228 pounds, Timothy Thatcher!
An absolute stud in the ring. When that bell goes, this man will break you down. And with a grin on his face like we're seeing here tonight, that is very much in the future of Gaul.
He's not.
Here we go. Gaul, the look on his face, very hesitant to step in there with Gaul to lock horns. I mean, Gaul knows the fundamentals of the game, but Thatcher's ground game, Thatcher's wrestling ability is on an entirely different level. He is in there to hurt you, Gaul, and he very much knows it, judging by the wincing, by the worry on his face. First collar elbow tie up, and we see Thatcher immediately with a nerve hold, switching to the hammerlock very quickly, applying it very tight, not allowing Gaul much room to be able to escape as he looks now to muscle Gaul down to the mat. However, Gaul finding that escape, top wrist lock now up over the head of Timothy Thatcher. Great form by Gaul, no doubt about it, but you know Thatcher has 1,000 escapes for a situation like this that he has done time and time again. And here we go, stepping through, up behind with the hammerlock once again, looking to really hurt the shoulder, the arms, the moneymakers of Gaul. But oh, look at that, hooking the leg. Gaul, he's a thinking man, no doubt about it. But Thatcher, once again, you put him in something, he knows 1,000 ways out of it, as he now begins to contort the elbow, the arm, the fingers of Gaul, who desperately backs Thatcher into the corner. But Thatcher knows he's got 5 seconds, knows he has that count, and uses it at his disposal to again manipulate the joints, the fingers, the bones of Gaul. And again, trapping that arm, no room for escape, bringing Gaul right down onto his stomach. And Gaul is in a ton of trouble now. Oh, look at the boot on the face. As he begins to have his way with Gaul, he has the arm, bending those fingers back. And while you're worried about your fingers breaking, he's contouring the elbow, working on that rotator cuff. As the crowd demands Thatcher break those fingers, and maybe he just did there with that maneuver. Gaul writhing in pain, and you love to see it. We have seen Gaul stoop to some low tactics here in the WFA, breaking a glass vase over Mosh Pit's skull to earn himself a title shot to guarantee himself championship victory. And now he meets his maker in the form of Timothy Thatcher here, who once again has that arm trapped, not letting Gaul go anywhere as Gaul resorts to strikes to try to break the hold as he rocks the jaw of Timothy Thatcher. But you don't want to get into a striking game with this man either. Oh, solid European uppercut sends Gaul flying to the other side of the ring. Begging for the rope to save him, but Thatcher, there is no escape. That bell has rung and this match is official. Go Irish whip. Thatcher sending Gaul into the buckle, coming out in a large hip toss. Gaul goes flying, sent to the ring, first cover of the match. Only a 1 count though. Thatcher again, no wasted motion, trapping the arm, bringing Gaul back down to the canvas. Armbar applied. Trapping the shoulder as well. Gaul, though, muscling his way out of that one. His physique came into plan there. Body slamming Thatcher, followed up by a boot. But now Gaul has to keep that going. He has to keep... There we go. Driving those boots into Thatcher, trying to keep him down. His arms are free, and the first thing he wants to do is flex. Is this man for real? The man thinks he's a bona fide superstar even before WWE signed him. Now I'm sure that contract has just gone to his head. However, Thatcher is going to slap it out of him. He has that ankle pick now. Gaul looking to escape desperately, using any and all parts of his body, but Thatcher, uh-oh. Tying up the ankles now, deep lock. No, now picking at the bridge of the nose of Gaul to stretch him in his spine. Now turning him over. This is a position you do not want to be in. Those knees being driven into your spine, into your ribs. You cannot breathe the way you're folded backwards. Thatcher driving the wind, driving the energy out of Gaul, and now grounding him with a front headlock. Gaul, though, able to escape, driving his knee into the spine and arm of Timothy Thatcher. Oh, another hard boot now into the clavicle. And Gaul resorting desperately to a striking game. Sending Thatcher into the ropes. What was that? Devastating. Making him eat those steel cables. And now Gaul bringing it to the outside, hoping perhaps that this game goes better than how things have started for him. And this crowd with nothing but disdain for their former champion, as Timothy Thatcher, for the first time in this matchup, in trouble, folks. Gaul resorting to some dirty tactics, but they are working, and right now Gaul is very much in the driver's seat of this thing. But for how long is Thatcher? Some desperate kicks, trying to take Gaul off his game, but Gaul now seeing the kind of fight that he has to bring to this matchup, and oh, Thatcher again with a kick. Thatcher, a thinking man's wrestler. You see him now with that look on his face. Oh, as he just gets the oxygen driven out of him with that knee. But Thatcher can take the punishment, and while he's taking that punishment, he's thinking up his next game plan, thinking of a strategy, thinking, is this the opening? Is this the opportunity I need to get back in the driver's seat? Gaul, how about that? Nice suplex on Timothy Thatcher. And now, instead of going for the cover, showboating, doing the push-ups. Now what's next? You gonna flex? Are you gonna flex? No, yeah, you better go back to work. Driving now both legs into the sternum of Gaul. And you see him. He's hurting, but he's still there, very much in the fight, not letting it up. We got a cover, but Timothy Thatcher giving him nothing to work with on that pinfall attempt. And a European uppercut. If anything, the assault from Gaul is waking up Timothy Thatcher. I said he's a bruiser to the bone, and I think we're about to see why. Oh, what a stiff shot to the sternum. Oh, working on those ribs and the chest that are perfectly sculpted. He will not be in mint condition after this. Beautiful double underhook, suplex, got a cover. 2 in, no Gaul able to kick out somehow. Timothy Thatcher closing in, returning receipts now on Gaul, driving that knee into Gaul's spine. And there's a second one, a little high up in the ribs that one was. And now mounted position on top of Gaul. Back to the arm now. Interestingly, he has the right arm now. Trying to break the fingers once again of Gaul. I'm sure everyone was lining up to tell Thatcher of the sins, the dirty deeds committed by Gaul, and what the crowd wanted to see here tonight. Thatcher took notes and is obliging to what everybody wants. And now has Gaul picked up another solid European cut. However, Gaul shoving him off, looking to create some distance. Thatcher, though, picking up speed. Sunset flip. Is he going to get Gaul over? Oh, no. Come on. Takes any chance he can to flex, and nobody is impressed by it. What I am impressed about, though, is by his grit. He's still very much in this thing. However, for how much longer? Turnaround. A solid slap across the mug of Gaul, but he capitalizes with a clothesline. And now raining down once again with those right hands, driving the boot, back to the striking game, back to what worked earlier in this matchup. However, he's gonna need to put Thatcher away as we now see blood, perhaps busted open lip of Timothy Thatcher from those strikes. And now, driving down an elbow, but right into the waiting wings of Thatcher, found an opening and drove a clubbing blow to the chest. However, Gaul now really going to work on that knee. But man, you really got to do your homework on Thatcher. Desperately going back to work on that leg. Hoping to keep Thatcher on the ground, but Thatcher very comfortable, as you can see on that canvas, looking to grab a hold, to grab of anything, to get back in control of this thing. But how's about that knee DT, courtesy of Gaul? He's looking pretty good in this thing. As of right now, anyways, he has him up. Back suplex, dumping Thatcher into the canvas. And now Gaul, prime position here for a cover. Leg is hooked. But no, Thatcher says, no way, not yet, man. I've got way more left in the tank. You're going to have to do a lot more than that to hurt me, to put me away, to defeat me. And Thatcher again with those strikes, but Gaul trading back and forth. You got to respect the striking game of Gaul here tonight against Timothy Thatcher. But Thatcher looking for submission, looking to punish, looking to hurt Gaul. And German suplex. Timothy Thatcher just got dumped on the back of his shoulders. Seems to be really hurt that time. And Gaul perhaps seizing out the opportunity. He's found his moment. He's picked his spot. But can he put Timothy Thatcher away? Got the chin lock firmly applied, not slipping underneath. Give it to Gaul, not taking any shortcuts right now on this hold, at least not yet. The referee in prime position here to scout Thatcher to see if he's ready to give it up. But I think we all know Timothy Thatcher well. There is no quit in this man. He finds a clubbing blow out of the midsection to break hold. And again, trapping that arm. He has a plan. He knows exactly how he wants to put away Gaul. And will do so by any and all means, driving him in with that arm wrench. Face first into the canvas, and Gaul got knocked through a loop there. Doesn't know where he is. Thatcher coming in though. Belly to belly suplex drags him right back to the center of the ring. Thatcher, can he swing his body over? Here we go, leg hook, cover, count in. Gaul with the left shoulder up. Just the shoulder though. Gaul is on Dream Street, and that's exactly where Timothy Thatcher wants him. Gotta love those European uppercuts. Now hammerlock, tying up Gaul so he can deliver a strike. Now has that butterfly double underhook again. Gaul saying, not this time. Gaul knows he's in trouble, trying to put up that fight. Fireman's carry position. Thatcher able to escape though. Another European uppercut. Coming in Gaul now. Wait a minute. Thatcher countered the tilt-a-whirl into the headlock takedown, again trapping the arm. Gaul able to escape. Booting Thatcher away, creating some distance, trying to clothesline Thatcher though. Wait a minute. Gaul dropping out. Blue Thunder 2. And no. Timothy Thatcher digging deep as he always does. And Gaul has got to be wondering, what is it gonna take? Do I have what it takes? Can I get a massive victory here tonight against this bruiser? Against this brute? Against this lethal machine who is trying to kill me? Timothy Thatcher traps the arm. There it is. Armbar applied, center of the ring. Gaul is in all the trouble. There's the tap out. Timothy Thatcher had a plan and it was executed perfectly. Folks, if you enjoyed this one, make sure you subscribe because next week, Gabby Forza, yes, Gabby Forza challenging for the Women's Championship and the Men's Heavyweight Championship on the line as well. Channing Thomas gets a rematch against superfan John Austin. Great to see Timothy Thatcher here in the WFA Arena, though. We thank you all for joining us. We hope to see you next week. We'll catch you next time. The bell rings.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
It's time! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is time for another episode of WFA Reborn.
Introducing first, from Akron, Ohio, weighing at 265 pounds, Sam Holloway.
Yes, indeed. Hardway, Sam Holloway. Making his debut here in WFA. However, you may have heard the name, and that is because he is one of the recently signed WWE ID Prospects. Yes, under contract with WWE ID, so you know a lot of very important eyeballs are focused in on his performance and this match here that we have for you tonight. And Sam is going to make a big impression. You see him towering as he looks down on the audience here tonight. And you see across the back of his jacket, Big Sam, and he is indeed big, but he has a big challenge here. Yes, our locker room here at WFA is full of the best and brightest, and Sam Holloway's gonna have a hard task ahead of him here tonight. The crowd starting to realize who's coming out, clapping their hands up. Lover boy Lex Lozano eating up this response from the audience. A quickly won over as the fan favorite here in WFA. And you saw Sam Holloway, Big Sam, but Lex Lozano's no slouch himself, quite the tall and fit athlete. He will be a very formidable opponent here for Sam Holloway. Let's not count Lex Lozano out with this lover boy, with this fun, energetic vibe he's giving off. He can get the job done in the ring against any and everyone.
That's not what we're doing. Why is he dancing?
Lex Lozano shaking it up here in the ring, and Sam's having none of it. Quite the study in contrast here in their attitudes and approach to performing in the ring. But all that matters is when both of these big boys lock it up in the center of that ring. We see the separation. Referee trying to get this thing started, but Sam is giving him a hard time. Holloway is not here to party like Lex is. All right, looks like things are going to officially get underway. The bell rings, and here we go. Both different approaches to locking up, but they do lock it up nonetheless. Sam getting the advantage early on here with the side headlock. Again, gonna have to make a great first impression here in the WFA, not just for those watching here on YouTube, but for management as well. that WFA Heavyweight Championship, a much sought after commodity that is in the hands of Mosh Pit. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Mosh Pit will be appearing very soon here, so make sure you subscribe if you don't want to miss any of that action. Our WFA Heavy Metalweight Champion Mosh Pit will be in action, and he will be taking on Keon. A fantastic matchup indeed, as this one looks to be Sam frustrated and annoyed at Lex Lozano here, who seems one step ahead here in the mental game of chess. We got the waist lock, but Sam having none of it. Holloway grabbing the ropes, looking to break the waist lock, but Lex again getting into the mind of Holloway. No, eating an elbow for his efforts. Holloway very intense here in the opening minutes of this matchup. Lex off the ropes, and oh, there we go! A big slam from Lex Lozano, flapjacking Sam Holloway into the mat. I said Lozano was no slouch himself, proving it here. No, eating a lariat now, though. Holloway says he doesn't like to do things the easy way. He likes it the hard way, and Lozano just found out how we do things the hard way when you're in the ring with Sam Holloway. The force behind that thing and totally changing the complexion of this matchup as he now grabs a hold of Lozano's skull and begins to squeeze the oxygen and life out of the man. Referee right in there, trying to make sure that Lozano's still in this thing and making sure that that thing doesn't slip into a chokehold. But Sam grounding and pounding Lozano here. The crowd solidly behind Lozano, firing up, but Holloway having none of it, sends him back down the hard way. And Lozano has got to get those cobwebs shaken out of his head here. He's got to refocus and maybe take this matchup a little bit more seriously. Oh, clubbing blow to the base of the spine there. And Lex is really starting to feel it, and this audience is really starting to feel just how hard Sam Holloway hits. And up. Looks like we're going for a suplex, but no, Lozano shifting the focus of the balance here. And now sandbagging Holloway in his attempt at a suplex. Oh, another clubbing blow. Holloway gonna attempt again. No, Lex with a snap suplex of his own, getting the big man up. And out of desperation, Lex Lozano finds a way to even things out. Now buying himself some time to regain his composure. Hopefully get back up to a vertical base here where he can go toe-to-toe with the WWE ID Prospect. With a lot of eyeballs watching this one, you better believe Lex Lozano is going to want to make a great impression himself, not just to those outside, but to WFA management as he continues to climb the ranks here in the WFA. Everyone looking for a shot at Mosh Pit as Lex Lozano fires a shot at Holloway. And now again with a back elbow in the corner. Lex looking to throw the big man again, and he does. Lozano's feeling it. Back and forth action here. Both men bringing it tonight with the heavy hits, and again Lozano dropping Holloway. We got to cover the count. But Holloway getting that left shoulder up, no problem. Lots of room for him to move there. Lozano did not have the shoulders pressed down to the mat, but perhaps the damage from the power of Sam Holloway, too much for Lozano. Lozano here a little bit spaghetti-legged. He needed the rope here to prop himself up, but he is feeling it nonetheless. Sizing up the big man. Going for a boot. Holloway had it. Oh, and a boot of his own there from Sam. From Big Sam. Oh, my goodness. Did you see that shotgun dropkick driving Lozano into the corner? That's got to be it. We got the cover. The count. And somehow, I don't know how he did it. That was an impressive dropkick from Big Sam. But somehow Lozano finds a way to kick out. The intensity again from Sam. Lozano really on dream streak here. And Sam Holloway bringing the straps down, signaling the beginning of the end here for the lover boy. Size him up, looks like chokeslam is in store for Lex Lozano. No, clubbing his way out of it. Missing with a clothesline, Sam's got an answer, fireman's carry position, looking to drive Lozano. No, Lozano to his feet. trying to muscle up Sam, but no avail. And dodging the boot there. And a beautiful side kick from Lozano. He's got him exactly where he needs him. He needs to take advantage of the situation here. Lex hitting the ropes. And we saw the big leg, and that could be it, ladies and gentlemen. He's finished many opponents with this maneuver. 2, that's it! An impressive victory here from Lex Lozano. Taking care of Sam Holloway. A magnificent victory.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
We are back. We are in action, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of WFA Reborn.
Introducing first, for opponent Maine, weighing in at 150 pounds, he is the Superman, John Austin.
Yes, indeed. You may recognize that this is a new face here to the WFA scene. Everyone is clamoring for an opportunity here. And here we are with superfan John Austin, hoping to make his mark here at the Wrestling Federation of America. We got a treat for you next week, folks. Back in action, the tag team champions, the new tag team champions, Brick City. We're looking very forward to that, but tonight we got a special treat for you as well. Not just John Austin, but another new face here added to the WFA. Somebody on the WWE ID program, a prospect, somebody that the #1 major wrestling company in the world has signed and has their eyes set on and have high hopes for. We can't wait to see as they make their debut.
And his opponent, hailing from Mount Olympus, entering the ring in perfectly mixed condition. He is the 2024 PTA Men's Physique Champion, the real-life action figure, it's Gaul.
Yes, indeed, the real-life action figure living up to that moniker. What a physique on this athlete. If you missed the announcement, Gaul, yes, Gaul, signed to the WWE ID program. If you think of the hundreds and thousands of professional wrestlers looking to make it to the top, Gaul stood head and shoulders above the rest. And he is about to make an impact here in the WFA. And here calling over the official, having some words, looking after his medals. But you hear the audience here very fondly behind Superfan. John Austin, he's going to have his work cut out for him here today. No doubt about that. Gaul is absolutely chiseled. And the height of the man, head and shoulders above his opponent here. Oh, and Superfan showing off his speed there as Gaul came in, looking for the boot right off the bat. But again, sliding to avoid contact, but you can only run so much from Gaul, who escaping again, landing on his feet here. But running right into a Greek god. Into the corner now. Oh my goodness, devastating clothesline in the corner. Gaul, underhook throw, sending Superfan to the other side of the ring. John Austin in for a rude awakening here. Trying to regain composure, finds an elbow into the chest of Gaul, but the strikes, the power behind this man. Sends Superfan, but again, showing tenacity here. Bringing the fight to the WWE ID Prospect. And Gaul is not sweating this kid. Sticking a boot to him for good measure as he scoops him up now. And what does he have planned here? John Austin in a world of trouble on his shoulders. And Gaul with the brash arrogance, showing off his physique, and it is costing him as he tried to squat John Austin on his shoulders. What do we got here? Oh, John Austin with a plant, those shoulder tackle, the midsection up and over, sunset flip, but Gaul. Oh, but Gaul brings John Austin back up to his feet. He has him hooked and up. And my goodness, the power, he's going to drop him on his head. No, John Austin with the roll up here. Cover. Oh, but just getting a 1 count. Gaul. Oh my goodness, the boot right to the face.
He's pretty much dead.
John Austin in a world of hurt. And Gaul bringing the pain. Now rolling John Austin back up. Oh my goodness, down hard. And this is all she wrote, folks. Your winner, the real life action figure. Gaul has made a clear statement. And we've talked over and over about the competition for the WFA Heavyweight Championship. And this man's name is going to rocket right to the top of that contendership list, no doubt about it. A valiant effort by John Austin.
That was pretty easy. WFA Champion, ready to attack. The real life action figure Big Daddy Red has arrived.
He has indeed arrived.
And I got a piece of ferocious message to this entire locker room. You better listen to me now and believe me later. When you're in condition, there is no competition, dummy.
Yes, indeed, Gaul making a statement here tonight. Keep your eyes on him, folks, as he climbs the ranks of WFA. This man will be a global superstar. And next week, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere because Scott Reed is in action and Gaul is going to issue an open challenge. But on to our main event of the evening.
Introducing first, from Long Beach, New York, weighing in at 220 pounds, Bryce Donovan.
Bryce Donovan, WWE ID Prospect. This man has had coaching from some of the greatest minds and most successful trainers in the world. And now with WWE solidly backing him in his endeavors, anyone and everyone who gets in his way is in for a world of hurt as he looks to become the biggest wrestling star in the world. There's no doubt this man has an inflated ego to match his size, but he also has the drive to match that complex. I cannot wait to see how he fares here in the WFA. And you want to talk about inflated superstars? Here comes the most inflated man on the WFA roster. No, not the opponent, but the official mascot. Of course, I'm talking about Benny the Basketball, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, number 3, Swish Marberry. Made Marberry, but he goes by Jermaine Marberry. He's the man, so beloved by the WFA, an absolute blast to watch perform in the ring. Phenomenal speed and agility, but he has his work cut out for him here tonight in the form of Bryce Donovan. However, you know this man is going to bring his A game, as always. And his footwork could leave the big man stumbling. Always one of the fan favorites here in Concord, New Hampshire. The man keeps putting in the work, putting up a fight. always a fantastic performance when Marberry's in the ring, and we expect nothing short of the same. As we said before, the tall task ahead of him is going to be the ultimate challenge. See both men sizing each other up. Jermaine trying to get the crowd on his side, but Bryce Donovan letting them know it just ain't going to matter. As both men tie up here, Donovan obviously the height, the strength, and the experience advantage. But Marberry not backing down whatsoever, trying his best. But Donovan again, oh, there we go. And that's exactly what Jermaine's going to have to do. He's going to have to use his speed, agility, his footwork. He's going to have to outmaneuver Bryce Donovan in this thing. He's got a nice side headlock on now. He's got to keep that thing on, keep the man, get his head warm, cut off some of that blood flow to the brain to slow him down. And oh! And he just paid for it there with a backdrop. And Bryce Donovan talking a little smack. Oh my goodness, did you see how quickly he sprinted into Marberry there? And oh, a shot to the jaw as well. Bryce Donovan will be relentless in this thing. The world is watching these WWE ID prospects, and he wants to make a lasting impression on those higher-ups in suits with their eyes on who's going to be the breakout star of the WWE ID system. And Marberry now starting to mount a bit of a comeback here. Off the ropes, here we go, Fancy Thornton. Oh my goodness, he just caught him in midair. Driving him down. Bryce Donovan, he caught the jump on the former Jermaine Marberry. And he just drove right through him with that lariat. Impressive show of strength here from Bryce Donovan. And Marberry is hurting now. But Bryce not letting up. Again, just a thunderous clubbing blow to the top of the back. A second one now. Notice Bryce's approach. It's calm. It's calculated. It's very focused. Oh, Marberry here trying to get a couple shots in, trying to create some distance. But Donovan again, wait a minute here, sunset flip. No, Donovan having none of it. Oh my goodness. Just a simple stomp, but driving the life out of Jermaine Marberry. He's got him up now, and a body slam. Just to bring him back down. I was mentioning his focus, his calm, deliberate pace. He has some of the greatest minds in the industry in his ear, and you're seeing it on display. He's not rushing. He's not panicking. That is signs of a veteran well beyond his years. Bryce Donovan, ladies and gentlemen, is a very dangerous man and is only going to get better every time he hears that bell ring. As you see him now, he ripped off that shirt and choking Marberry behind the referee's back, not detecting a thing. Very crafty, very savvy. This man is in full control. And Marberry now, oh, as he eats that elbow, is taking a lot of punishment. He's got to get his head back in the game, despite it being knocked clean off his shoulders earlier. Benny's got to get this crowd behind him. He needs that extra player on the court to will him to victory, because I don't think he can handle too much more of this type of offense. Marberry again being brought down to the feet of Bryce Donovan. The man taking his time, sadistically stalking his prey. And Marberry gets the odd shot in, but can't seem to mount any sort of offense. Cannot rock Bryce Donovan enough to create that distance so he can show off some of that footwork we know he has, ladies and gentlemen. Marberry is a very well-respected athlete here in the WFA. The man can move. The man's got moves. The man can deliver it. We've seen the man score victories. But Bryce Donovan is conquering him here in this contest, at least for now. As we hear that crowd now, Benny getting this crowd behind. Number 3. He's up to his feet. He's getting his licks in. But we've seen it fail time and time again. Marberry now, there it is. Creating the distance. Jacking Bryce with those shots to the jaw. Shooting him off the ropes here, getting a reversal though. Marberry, oh no, stopped right in his tracks here. Is that all? 1, 2, and no, Marberry getting the right shoulder up. He's not done yet, willing to take on some more. Bryce, what is it gonna take here to seal the deal? What's gonna make his bloodthirst fulfilled, satisfied? And we see Benny the basketball has the sign out calling for some defense. Sometimes the best offense is a great defense. Marberry has to start fighting back here as Bryce Donovan frustrated, putting Jermaine right in front of Benny now. And it's going to lay the beating on him right before his very eyes. Clubbing blows to the chest, caving in the cavity. Now using the ropes to fling Marberry like he's nothing. And oh my goodness here. Bryce has his eyes on the ball now. Benny's about to get popped if he's not careful. Donovan with the high ground. But oh my goodness, he just took a shot. I was going to say Benny should have bounced on out of there, but a little too late. Benny knocked off his feet, and the crowd is not happy about that one. But look at the smile on the face of Bryce Donovan. Absolutely bullying these two. And oh, but perhaps a necessary sacrifice. Marberry catching him with a jawbreaker. Created that distance. Bryce eating the corner there, and he's reeling as Marberry now starts slamming his knuckles into the jaw. But Bryce catching him. But only for a second. Marberry sliding through, looking for the roll through. No, Bryce again having an answer for Marberry, but missing with the stomp. Marberry, the fire, the passion, the heart, the determination, overcoming any and all from Bryce Donovan, mounting the comeback. He's coming from downtown, but oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no! Oh, I thought we were going to see a choke slam there. That would have been all she wrote for Marberry, but again finding an opening. Up to the middle rope and slamming him down! He has the WWE ID Prospect Bryce Donovan on the fence. Marberry hit the rope, dunks him with a splash. 1, 2, oh, so close. I thought he might have had it there. The will, the determination of Jermaine Marberry here tonight, you have to admire. Taking any and all shots from the big man. We're seeing more right hands and less footwork from him, but I think he has to. It's like he's stepping his game off the court and into the streets because we're playing by a whole new set of rules here. Marberry was looking to seal the deal perhaps. Donovan, though, shoot him up. There's the footwork. No, Donovan had it scouted. Oh, kicking the ropes here to rock his elbow. That's elbow striking. He didn't even, oh no. Oh no, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Damocles! Donovan has finished many opponents, and he can add Jermaine Marberry to that list here tonight. Fans weren't sure what to expect from Bryce Donovan, but what a wake-up call. If you don't know, now you know. A very strong showing from Bryce Donovan. Let me tell you, the entire roster of the WFA is strengthening very quickly in 2025. Mosh Pit, our champion, has faced a barrage of competitors, but it looks like the waters of the talent pool are getting darker. Man, I see big things for Bryce Donovan. He keeps up this level of authoritative punishment. It's going to be interesting to see how he fares here in the future. What a fantastic, a violent, a brutal showing. We'll see you all next week. Thanks for joining us. It's main event time, ladies and gentlemen.
You're welcome! A real superstar is here!
This young man has a tremendous upside to him, winning championships up north in Canada, very active on the Northeast scene, a phenomenal talent, world-class Channing Thomas. You're going to want to remember that name because there are big things in his future. Great to see him back here in the WFA. He is going to be a formidable addition to the roster. Let's talk about next week for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, WFA Heavyweight Championship on the line. Our heavy metalweight champion, Mosh Pit, defending the title against the winner of the 20-man over-the-top Yankee swap, Diego Alvarez. Thomas getting a little bit of help with his robe, perhaps reluctantly. Such a throwback competitor. It's going to be interesting to see how he fares against his opponent tonight. One of the new favorites here in the Wrestling Federation of America. Thomas, though, not looking to be a favorite. Just looking to rack up some victories and get closer and closer to having another championship around his waist. As we now await his opponent, making waves across North America. WWE ID superstar. The man is agile, he's charismatic, entertaining, but very successful. When the biggest wrestling company in the world takes notice and signs you to a contract, you know he's legit. The dime piece, Aaron Rourke. Listen to that response, ladies and gentlemen. A top competitor, another viable contender for the WFA Heavyweight Championship. And this is going to be an exciting contest. I speak a lot of contrasting styles. These two will epitomize that tonight. Channing Thomas is meticulous, calculated, and deliberate. Rourke, on the other hand, is a little flashier, likes to take risks. He moves at a quicker pace. So the opening minutes of this matchup may be the most important. Who's going to gain that early advantage and dictate the pace of this contest? Rourke having a little fun with the audience here. A little bit of showboating, a little bit of tit for tat, perhaps. The crowd absolutely loves Aaron Rourke, and rightfully so. One of the most promising young men here in the Northeast. And Thomas ready to get down to business. The bell rings. We are underway here in our main event tonight. Cannot wait to catch out next week's main event, the Heavyweight Championship match. Mosh Pit, such a successful defending champion, looks to take on Diego Alvarez, who has earned his shot, rightfully defeating 19 other men in that Yankee swap over the top battle royal. And Thomas, look at that, knee to the midsection. I mentioned earlier about taking advantage early in this matchup. Hopefully that works out for Thomas here in this scenario as he has a side headlock applied. Rourke, though, backing him up to the ropes, coming off, and shoulder tackle there from world-class Channing Thomas, who is eating up the moment. Now to the far side of the ropes, coming off. Rourke leapfrogging right over. Hitting the ropes as well, and flying head scissors takedown. Sending Thomas to the mat. Rourke now back in charge. And Thomas really got rocked there. Fixated on his nose. Maybe some damage was done there. Oh, knife edge chop from Rourke. And it's fun to woo on those knife edge chops. What it does is that stinging sensation takes you mentally out of the game. You see Thomas getting taken more out of the game there. But the thud from those thick hands caving your chest in, it wins you. It takes you out of your element. That's why it's used so often in pro wrestling. It's a quick way to gain or maintain control, just like that boot did. for some very important seconds in the opening minutes of this contest. Whoa, great flexibility and athleticism there on Rourke. Backflipping and then dropping Thomas with a drop kick, who didn't see it coming whatsoever. Rourke now measuring up, perhaps Channing Thomas. What's he got planned here? Again, the athleticism and a double knife edge chop. Just to cement his dominance now, going for a cover, but all he's going to get is a 1 count off of that exchange there. Thomas writhing in pain on the mat as Rourke now looks to be going for that figure 4 leg lock he likes to use. Oh, but Channing Thomas, a student of the game, had that one well scouted as Rourke is in the corner. Plants Thomas in there as well, looking for the same move, but Thomas had it scouted and drills Aaron Rourke with a nice clothesline. And the complexion of this thing changed quickly. Oh, loving shots in the corner now from Thomas, bringing a little more aggression, showing some athleticism of himself. Oh, created some distance so he could sprint right into that clothesline in the corner, and now a classic neck breaker. Let me tell you, a win over Aaron Rourke for Channing Thomas would do wonders for the man's career. You know the suits are watching this one. Always scouting that WWE ID talent and how they fare in the rest of the world with the rest of this independent talent. And let me tell you, Wrestling Federation of America has a long list of talent worth looking at. But Channing Thomas, so young, so put together. You gotta believe he's high on the list. And a win over Aaron Rourke would put him just that much higher. So locks in Rourke now, looking perhaps for a pile driver. No, Rourke having it scouted right back into the scenario here, looking for that figure 4. But again, Channing Thomas having it scouted, sending Rourke quickly to the outside. Looking to get in here, Rourke. Nice shoulder tackle to the midsection. Create a little bit of time here for him. Up and over. Thought he was going. No, instead off the ropes. And paying for it with the atomic drop. And Thomas now slamming Rourke down, back in control. Now time for a cover here. Referee in position, watching the shoulders, and Rourke able to kick out of that one at 2. And you see Rourke there, the neck. Aaron Rourke's neck really seems to be bothering him after that neck breaker. Channing's offense has been mostly on the back, but Rourke's really favoring his neck. I don't know if he got a stinger from taking a hit or if it's the wear and tear of the schedule of a WWE ID superstar. They're on Tubi on Wednesdays. They're wrestling all over the country now. Our more grueling schedule means fighting through nagging injuries rather than taking the time to let them heal. And Thomas has him on the ropes there in a lot of trouble. You got to wonder if that schedule, if being a WWE ID superstar could be the deciding factor in this matchup. It's the wear and tear of more matches. More high-tier opponents. Does its damage. And speaking of damage, Rourke eating 2 elbows now from world-class Channing Thomas. But hitting him with 1 more. That could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Cover. Count. No, Rourke able to kick out once again, using his whole body there to thrust the shoulders up off the mat. And Thomas again, keeping things deliberate and slow, so he is in full control. He knows that he can't outrun Aaron Rourke. So he's going to keep him grounded. And so far, it is working. More damage to the neck and back area, which has been Thomas's focus. It is paying off. Thomas, though, letting the crowd kind of get to his head here, losing control of the submission, and Rourke finding the opening. No, instead getting an elbow for his troubles to the head. But Rourke not giving up, bringing the fight, sending Thomas into the corner, wedging him against that turnbuckle, but not able to capitalize. And Thomas instead, again, all it takes a couple clubbing blows to that already injured back area. And now Thomas, what's he got planned here? Rourke, though, look at that. Not giving up, not letting up. Continuing to bring the fight, and look at that. Tripped him up, leg exposed, and bringing down on the boot to the hamstring of Channing Thomas. Looks like he weakened him there. And that'll slow down Thomas a little bit more, which could give Rourke the opening as we see him kick now the head of world-class Channing Thomas. The dime piece. Digging deep. Trying to find an opening here. Trying to gain some momentum. Comes crashing in, but Thomas again answering with the back elbow. Oh. That's the opening he needed, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Rourke sizing him up, and the Rana from the top rope. And Aaron Rourke is feeling it now. That's all he needed. Amped up and squashing him in the corner with that hip attack. And now looking to climb up top. Springboard, splash, cover, count. No, Channing Thomas able to kick out. And Rourke is in a lot of trouble here. He has momentum on his side. The damage has been done, but Rourke fighting through the pain, fighting through the adversity, trying to score the victory here in the WFA. But Channing Thomas again. Great back and forth action, ladies and gentlemen, in this thing. And now, let's see, again, they're trying to hook that leg. Thomas, though, doesn't want to give it up. He already suffered substantial damage from that one shot from Rourke. And he knows exactly what Aaron Rourke is going for in that figure four. No, Thomas again. Let me tell you, man, Channing Thomas has Rourke well scouted. He sees that figure four coming and does absolutely everything in his power to avoid it, counter it, escape it. Very impressive. But Rourke not letting up from strategy, but it could cost him right here. We got to cover. 1, 2, shoulders are down now. Rourke able to again kick out. Coming in, oh my goodness. Just ate the knee to the face there. Devastating. And I think Rourke just got clocked. Channing Thomas up. He's been looking for this the whole match. No, look at that counter. Had the pile driver scouted. Back to the center of the ring, and it looks like he's got it locked in this time, ladies and gentlemen. He's got the figure four. He just needs to, there it is. Locked in now. Channing Thomas in a world of trouble. This usually does it for Rourke's opponents. Has he done enough damage to force a submission? Channing Thomas not tapping out yet. Rourke doing his absolute best here to apply pressure. Oh, there we go. That'll do it. The extra torque, the bridging, sending the kneecap backwards. Channing, no other alternative but to tap and escape before any further damage was done. The dime piece, Aaron Rourke picking up a great victory in a great matchup. What a contest, not letting up despite taking the onslaught punishment from World's Class. And let me tell you, man, he lived up to that name, World's Class, here tonight as he took on WWE ID Superstar. But Aaron Rourke looking to cement his position amongst the roster here in the WFA. We're going to see a whole lot more of him very soon. So if you're not yet, make sure you subscribe. And again, next week, ladies and gentlemen, WFA Heavyweight Championship matchup. Diego Alvarez challenges the champion, Mosh Pit. You don't want to miss it. We'll see y'all next week. Main event time here on WFA Reborn. And it is indeed WWE ID Superstar Gaul, mint condition. Absolutely phenomenal shape. You see those medals, they are for his physique from the PCA. We catch him on Evolve on Tubi from WWE, and he's here in the WFA to claim his throne, the top of the mountain, issuing an open challenge here tonight. And not making any friends, but he's here to make money, I bet. And the crowd firing right back at him. You can't argue, the man does look like $1 million. The real life action figure, ladies and gentlemen.
But there is one thing that I'm missing tonight. And that is a dummy for me to beat up. If there's anyone in the locker room that hasn't beat up yet and wants to learn why when you're in mid-condition, there is no competition, come out here.
Gaul should be a little concerned, or at least prepared, I'd imagine. The WFA locker room is no joke. Oh, I recognize that music, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be a good one. There he is, answering the call. That's right, Loverboy Lex Lozano. What a challenge here for Gaul tonight. Lozano has been racking up wins left, right, and center in the WFA lately. Another man looking to make his mark, and a huge win over a name like Gaul that has the world watching his every move would cement himself at the top of the food chain. Always a blast and always delivers in the ring. Lozano, one of the odds-on favorites here in the WFA, when it comes to the crowd's perception at least. And Gaul, the arrogance. He's a lot of talk, but the man backs it up in the ring each and every time. We've seen him destroy superfan John Austin a few weeks ago, but Lex Lozano is quite the step up in competition. But oh, coming in hard there, Gaul with the boot right away, aggressively kicking this thing off. I think he knows the trouble that he's in here with Lozano and didn't want to let him start on even playing fields here. Catching him off guard and rocking him right away with a shot like that will keep him, at least early on, in control. And keeping the boots on Lozano there, trying to keep this pace going. Setting him off though, Lozano having an answer, reversing that whip, and a nice hip toss there, sending Gaul for the ride. And, trying for the arm drag, but the strength of Gaul stopping him right in his tracks, picking him up into a fireman's carry. And what do we got playing? Oh my goodness. The ego of the man. Lozano, though, having none of it. Off the ropes and takedown there with the forearm. Lozano coming in there with a nice splash in the corner, keeping the heat on Gaul. And now what's Lozano got planned here? Climbing up to the middle rope. Gaul trying to stop him. Lozano, though, keeping on. Cross body caught again by, my goodness, taking him for a ride. The power, the agility, the flexibility. I don't want to label the man as the total package, but he has all the tools needed as he drives the elbow into Lozano and gets a cover. All the tools needed to be a world champion. And Gaul now sending him to the corner. Knife edge chop. Gaul starting to have a little bit of fun in this thing. We've seen Lozano having fun in the ring. Always looking to create a good time for the fans while he's getting the job done in the ring. But Gaul likes to have his own fun. Just like he did there with that suplex. And now look at that arrogant cover. Push-ups on top of the man. His flexing, his showboating, it all stems from ego, but he delivers with authority with each move he drops his opponents with. And now the forearm to the jaw of Lozano. Gaul setting him up for something here as he has Lozano propped in the corner. Just absolutely toying with the man. And now what do we see? An overhead belly to belly. Lozano has looked impressive every time he stepped into the ring, but is having a whole lot of trouble here with Gaul, who is decimating the man. Are we going to see another overhead? Yes, we are. Gaul taking his time. Full control and more push-ups showboating. He has Lozano exactly where he wants him. I have not seen Lozano in this kind of trouble, ladies and gentlemen. This goes to show the skill set, the confidence, the power of Gaul. Working on the jaw, driving his knee into the spine, the upper back area of Lex, wearing him down, setting him up for what could be the closing moments of this matchup already. Lozano, though, fighting to his feet, up and drops Gaul to the mat, getting the breather he needs to collect himself. Needs the crowd behind him here to get him back in this thing because he has been leveled to date. Oh, there we go with the boot. Answering Gaul's assault, sending him to the corner now and answering with an elbow of his own in the corner. Trying to shoot him off, but Gaul still too much power. Oh, I thought he was going to nail him with that lariat, but Lozano instead with the kick. Nice side kick there. And Gaul now seems to be feeling the heat from Lozano as he gets him up. Fisherman suplex, great hook, but Gaul able to kick out of it. The lover boy getting confident, wrist tape off, frustrated with how this thing started off. He got caught off guard, trying to level him with a DDT. Gaul, though, oh my goodness. Forearm and ripcord. No, Lozano, oh my goodness. What was that? Beautiful evasive maneuver into the DDT, and that is all she wrote. What a fantastic DDT early on. Gaul set Lozano on Dream Street, took him totally off guard, maintained control, and gets a massive win over Lex Lozano, which you better believe catapults him closer and closer to a WFA Heavyweight Championship match. And I'm sure he feels like he deserves it already. The question is, can he keep up this momentum? Ladies and gentlemen, next week, make sure you don't miss it. Brick City defends the Tag Team Championships against Brandon Locke and Miguel Rios. And we also have more WWE ID superstars in the form of Aaron Rourke. He will be challenging Channing Thomas. Two excellent matches we had here tonight. Thank y'all for joining us, and we'll see ya next time. This is the moment we have all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't get any bigger than this. The real-life action figure, WWE ID superstar, and vile human being. His resume speaks for itself, ladies and gentlemen. The man is put together, stacked, the total package. But the way he went about earning this WFA Heavyweight Championship match, smashing a glass vase over the head of Mosh Pit as he had some nice words to say to his fiancée in the ring before the show started, I have no words for it. Absolutely disgusting. And Mosh Pit, let me tell you, man, the guy has a lot of heart and a lot of fight, but he has his work cut out for him. Possibly his hardest challenge to date, but we've seen him come back before, ladies and gentlemen. It is go time. He is our heavy metalweight champion for a reason, and he is gonna prove it tonight. As we await the champion It's a, I don't know what's going on here.
It says in the contract that if this dummy doesn't show up, he forfeits the belt, and Big Daddy Red is your new champion. So Red, you better start counting right now.
I mean, the rules state that he does have to make it to the ring to defend the championship, but we are going to start a 10 count here. I'd imagine that Mosh Pit, he has stitches in the back of his head from that shot with the glass vase. He's perhaps getting some glue or something, some protection to make sure that those stitches don't open back up.
If Mosh Pit cannot arrive to the ring by the end of the 10 count, he will forfeit this match and the WFA Heavyweight Champion.
Can you imagine if that's how Mosh Pit loses the championship after all those defenses, the grind that has worn down his body over months and months and months of the top challengers in the New England area, and he's going to lose by forfeit to this man? Gaul absolutely ecstatic. This was part of the plan, I'm sure. Oh, wait a minute, there's some noise. There's the champion, there's Mosh Pit! And Gaul immediately cutting him off with some boots there. Mosh Pit is here, he is ready for war, ladies and gentlemen. After the actions of Gaul, he is beside himself, and he is gonna take it to the real-life action figure. No doubt about it, there we go! Mosh Pit getting his licks in now. Shooting Gaul off into the corner. Mosh Pit coming in, clotheslining. Gaul trying to rip his head off. That heavyweight championship means absolutely everything to Mosh Pit, but perhaps no match is more personal than this one right here as Mosh Pit sends Gaul packing to the outside. Mosh now coming off, driving his fist into the base of the spine of Gaul. And this thing is hot, very heated. Mosh Pit working away at Gaul on the outside, but Gaul meeting him with a boot now.
He's going down, shut up.
Gaul now got him up here. Bad situation, but Mosh Pit having none of it, getting back to his feet. And again, firing with those shots. And dropping Gaul on the side of the ring. Folks, if you're loving this one, next week we've got WWE ID Superstars back in action. Brad Baylor taking on Sean Legacy. You don't want to miss that one whatsoever. And Mosh Pit now has got to get things under control here. Championship on the line. It's not no holds barred, but the man is looking for something. And Gaul perhaps in unfamiliar territory. Usually a man to try to keep things in the ring. But when you break glass vase over a man's head, there will be repercussions, and we've seen Mosh Pit take it to another level before. He's got the chair in hand, and he is about to absolutely decimate Gaul. Championship on the line. It's going to stop this match with the referee, thankfully, getting involved there. Oh, but Gaul taking advantage of the situation and dropping Mosh Pit on the back of his head, right where those stitches are. No, a shot to the back of the head as well there. Gaul has a mean streak, which I don't think we've tapped into yet. This is the biggest challenge to date for Gaul as well. He has been climbing the ranks, but hot-shotted this opportunity when he saw the opening. And now absolutely laying waste to Mosh Pit here. Got our cover, first one of the match, I believe. Shoulder up, though, from Mosh Pit, not giving Gaul anything to work with off that one. Man, what an intense matchup here, and Gaul now trying to mock our champion. Oh, what is this level of intensity we're seeing from Gaul here? We have not seen this yet at all from the man. Got another cover now on the champion, 2-0! That was quite close, a little bit too close for comfort there, and I'm sure for Mosh Pit here, very aware of the trouble that he is in, that he has put himself into by accepting this matchup. Oh, now boot to the midsection there. Gaul has taken control of things now that we are back in the ring. Mosh Pit perhaps too emotional in this thing as he fires back with a headbutt. Maybe I spoke too soon here. No, Gaul right back in the corner there, and oh, leveling. Mosh Pit with a discus clothesline, 2, and oh my goodness, again, another close one. But you can't doubt Mosh Pit's efforts. The man has been up against the very best here. Brian Malonis, Keon, Brandon Locke, Brad Baylor. There have been so many challengers for that championship. And each and every time, Mosh Pit finds a way. The fighting spirit of that man is the very reason he is our heavyweight champion. Gaul now picking his spot. Got Mosh Pit submission hold, trying to wear down the champion, put him to sleep. And it looks like it just may work here. Working at the head earlier, now the blood flowing to the brain. I mentioned those stitches earlier. This could very well pop him open again. Lack of oxygen and a lack of blood could be very easy to send Mosh Pit on Dream Streak, but you listen to this crowd. They have been there every step of the way for this man's championship run. They have fallen in love with this man. Fighting to his feet despite all odds against him. Trying to break free from the grasp of that man, and sending Gaul for the ride. And perhaps this is it, the band tuning up. Turning things up to 11, Mosh Pit up to his feet. Catching Gaul before he can strike. Second time now, Mosh Pit returning with a little bit of fury of his own, but Gaul now by the throat has Mosh Pit in position. No, Mosh Pit saying, Taking Gaul down with a clothesline. And now a boot. Mosh Pit is feeling it, ladies and gentlemen. Gaul in the corner, Mosh Pit sizing him up, coming in. Oh no, missing the shot there. Gaul, what's he got planned? Oh no! He's got him up and down! That could be it, ladies and gentlemen. We got the cover! The countdown champion! No! Mosh Pit just getting the shoulder up, barely in time. Gaul was absolutely sure that was it, and he is starting to see why. Ladies and gentlemen, that Mosh Pit is indeed the WFA Heavyweight Champion and has been for as long as he has. Oh! Vicious strike again to the head. Gaul. His arrogance just cost him there. Mosh Pit driving him into the corner there. He was looking to seal the deal, but all it took was that second for Mosh Pit to take control. Up and over, champion very much still in this thing, but Gaul has been bringing it left, right, and center. Gaul now, precarious position for Mosh Pit, trying to get him up. Fireman's carry up on the top rope. This spells bad news, but the champion, sunset bomb, sends Gaul's back to the center of the ring, but Mosh Pit, the wear and tear, and wait a minute. World class Channing Thomas, what's he doing here? What? He's stated that he's cashing in. Last week he stated that he has a guaranteed championship match in that contract, but I haven't read the contract, and I mean, rumors and speculation here. I'm having a war of words here with Gaul and a little bit of shoving match now. Channing Thomas trying to interject himself, but that's what happens when you get yourself in the lines and the crosshairs of Mosh Pit. As he comes in, now Mosh Pit taking care of both men. Quite apropos, Mosh Pit taking on any and all comers. Channing Thomas, ladies and gentlemen, is not officially in this matchup. And you hear this crowd solidly behind the champion and taking care of business with Gaul. Death Valley Driver 2 and oh! Thought Mosh Pit there was going to retain, but Gaul showing his tenacity still in this thing. What an emotional roller coaster this thing has been, as expected. This is a main event. This is the WFA, the very top athleticism here. And Mosh Pit now looking to end things with Gaul pile driver. No, Gaul having that scouted, not wanting to get dropped on his head. And now the men trading shots back and forth. Who is gonna budge first? Rocking each other with those solid shots, and again trying to drop on his head. No, Mosh Pit avoiding, returns the favor this time to Gaul. Mosh Pit. How does this man do it? Time after time, the beatings he has taken. And now Mosh Pit once again going to the outside. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, it is not no holds barred. So if Gaul gets driven through this table, Gaul will win the match, but not the championship. But Mosh Pit not looking for any sort of valiant sportsman-like victories. He is looking to dish out punishment and pain to the man who embarrassed him in front of his fiancée. Mosh Pit setting the table for some nefarious needs. Gaul, though, he's got to grow eyes in the back of his head there. Gaul back up to his feet. And now we're back to an even playing field as we have a table set up in the ring. And Mosh Pit, what does the man have planned here? He's got the man set up. Gaul set up on that table. You know, WWE's not going to be very excited of having one of those superstars sprawled out and crash through a table, but Mosh Pit does not care a single bit. He is looking to extract flesh and blood and revenge. As Gaul is set up on the table, we're going to see his patented senton here, and he's going to finish things off with an exclamation point. Mosh Pit up, blinded by rage. Here we go, going for the run. No, Gaul moved out of the way, and Mosh Pit just sent himself through that table instead. No, slide buster now. Gaul with the cover. It can't be this way. I can't believe it.
What did I say? Tandy Jack, ready to attack.
We have, for the first time in a long time, a new WFA Heavyweight Champion. It's Gaul. The real-life action figure has just added the ultimate accessory to his packaging. The end of an amazing era for Mosh Pit, but it is now time for Gaul.
Deserve some belts, and this is exactly what I got right here. A champion. This is what I am. Give me that mic.
The man can't be denied. He is on top of the world right now. Gaul, ladies and gentlemen.
Play my music.
Well, I can't believe what we're seeing here. Gaul has done it. He has dethroned Mosh Pit and claimed hold of the WFA Heavyweight Championship. And there is a long line of competition that will be beckoning at his heels. What a reign for Mosh Pit, and what a legacy Gaul is carving out for himself here in the WFA. Folks, don't forget next week, WWE ID. It's Brad Baylor and Sean Legacy one-on-one, and we'll see the return of world-class Channing Thomas in action as well. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you subscribe to tune in for more action from us.
His girlfriend. Oh, there's his girlfriend.
Yes, it's time again for WFA Reborn, and a great episode, as always, ladies and gentlemen. You can't deny it, and we're kicking things off with the Smoke Show. First time we're seeing here in WFA, but no stranger. Indeed, the Smoke Show, that's his nickname, not my opinion, but just 25 years old. He is the tag team partner of Brad Baylor from Swipe Right. Maybe we'll see Baylor out here in a minute. You never know with these two. Maybe Baylor is busy trying to grab some young woman's social handles. But these guys, man, they've competed on NXT recently. Arguably the most prominent stars of WWE Evolve, Ricky Smokes has his whole career ahead of him, but already making waves and a heck of an in-ring talent. Very excited to see him here joining Baylor in the WFA. Great young talent. And it's going to be interesting to see how he fares against the rest of the WFA roster. Folks, next week we got a big one for you. 6-man tag team action. Brandon Locke chooses a couple of partners to take on the likes of the WFA owner Scott Reed and our tag team champions Brick City. We've been looking forward to Brandon Locke and Scott Reed getting their hands on each other for quite some time. Well, it happens next week, so you make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of it. Man, I love this guy's energy. Super fan John Austin. We've seen him up against Gaul, who's challenging for the heavyweight championship right away. Now he's being tested by another WWE ID talent, but don't underestimate him. His passion for pro wrestling has gotten him this far, and the sky is the limit if he continues to push himself. He's been perfecting his skills over at the Elite Pro Wrestling Training Center here in Concord, being trained by the very best. Now it's time to step up to the big leagues and test and grow that knowledge.
You got the same shot as a fan in this crowd right now. See how we go.
And bell has rung, and when that bell rings, time to be a fan is over, and it becomes very real. Gotta go behind here, waistlock applied, but Ricky Smokes, no respect whatsoever to the super fan. This man's ego has only gotten bigger since signing with WWE, being a major star on the show. Now driving Superfan into the corner, and I talked about the disrespect. Man, he is just rubbing it in the face of John Austin here. But John Austin having an answer for it there, making Ricky Smokes eat the buckle. And now a second time. Maybe a little extra for dessert. There we are. A third taste of that turnbuckle. And John Austin quickly taking advantage of Ricky Smokes' ego. Maybe watching WWE Evolve, knowing exactly what to expect with this man, but the size difference is going to be a factor, as we just saw a big shoulder tackle there from Ricky Smokes. Back in charge in a heartbeat. John Austin, though, not letting up, dropping down. Leapfrog now looking for a hip toss. Not going to get it, though. Smoke Show, one of his own. No, great, beautiful counter of an arm drag there from John Austin, and a drop kick. John Austin is taking apart the Smoke Show here. Clothesline in the corner now. What's the man looking for? Coming out with a bulldog. No, Ricky Smokes hanging on. Coming in, Ricky Smokes. No, John Austin, ladies and gentlemen, going for a ride. Uh-oh. Got him up. No! John Austin again having an answer for Ricky Smokes. What is going on here? Ricky Smokes perhaps taking the superfan a little bit too lightly in this thing. Missing a couple of shots there. John Austin off the ropes. Beautiful springboard crossbody too, and no. Ricky pressing John Austin off of him. The superfan looking phenomenal tonight in this thing after an upsetting showing against Gaul. You hear the crowd solidly behind him, man. This guy has started a house of fire, eating Ricky Smokes alive, coming off the ropes now. What is this? Oh, Ricky rolled out of the way. Superfan seen it coming though, but perhaps tweaked his ankle on that landing. Ricky Smokes, oh my goodness. Breaking the Superfan in half. And now looking to finish this thing off quickly. He's been embarrassed here. And driving John Austin down. That has got to be it. 2. No. Superfan staying alive in this thing, but for how much longer now that Ricky Smokes is in charge? And Ricky letting the crowd get to him a little bit. Instead, he's going to show the fans why maybe John Austin should have stayed on the other side of that guardrail, driving that knee into the chest and throat area of the Superfan. Cover and no. John Austin still staying alive in this thing, saying, gonna take a lot more than that to defeat me. Now Ricky with that aggressive hold. John Austin's got to look for a way to escape here. He's already in trouble, perhaps tweaked his ankle, now taking a beating from Ricky Smokes, and now getting the oxygen sucked out of him. John Austin there fighting to a knee. That's what it's going to take, ladies and gentlemen. An elbow looking to escape. Looking to catch Ricky Smokes off guard, to loosen that grip. And he did, but only to drive an elbow into the back of his neck. My goodness, the viciousness of Ricky Smokes. But John Austin bringing the fight tonight. A very valiant effort here as he's against the ropes. Catches Ricky with an elbow now, and Ricky's got to step his game up, man. Welcome to the WFA where the competition is tough. And oh, look at that beautiful spear from the apron back into the ring. Cover and Superfan again with the shoulder up. Ricky cannot believe it. And to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe that Superfan John Austin is putting up such a fight against this WWE ID talent.
Yes, I can! Yes, I can!
Man, Ricky's mean streak, no doubt about it, but he's got to keep that punishment on John Austin. He's taken him way too lightly in this match, and it has cost him time and time again, getting embarrassed a little bit by this young sensation here in the WFA. And now, stomping the life out of the Superfan in the corner. Folks, tonight your main event WWE ID matchup, an official WWE ID matchup as Aaron Rourke and Bryce Donovan go head to head. But Ricky Smokes looking to finish off John Austin, but the Superfan says no. Ducking and dodging this man at any and all costs here. Trying to gain some momentum to get back into what got him in the lead in the first place here. Now just leveling Ricky Smokes here with some shots, but Ricky having none of it. Firing back with some of his own, with a little more authority behind him. Ricky Smokes looking to finish the deal, but John Austin, the speed, catching Ricky off guard there. Maybe alert that one from a fellow WFA superstar, driving Ricky down there. What was that one? John Austin, super impressive here, trying to make his mark in the WFA. What a fantastic showing, and now Superfan looking to hit the promised land, looking to take a big risk, and I hope it pays off for him. He has been working so hard at that training center, but Ricky chopping him right in the side of the face. And now the high risk may not pay off for John Austin. He is in for a world of hurt here. Ricky has him measured. Top rope, perhaps looking for a superplex, and things will not end well here for him if that is the case. John Austin, though, looking to be fighting back. Headbutt, and Ricky has fallen. John Austin has the man right where he needs him, climbing up to the top. Beautiful splash. 1, 2, he did it! Listen to that reaction. The crowd can't believe it, but man, are they happy for him, and I am proud of him. Superfan John Austin with a massive victory. A feather in the cap of his young upstart career. What a fantastic performance, and that's what happens when you take the Superfan lightly. You get caught in the crosshairs. John Austin has done it! well-deserved victory. Ricky Smokes has got a wake-up call to the level of competition here in the WFA. Do not take anyone lightly, because all of that roster in the locker room absolutely brings it each and every time. We're doing it big, ladies and gentlemen. An official WWE ID matchup. So much talent pouring out of WFA. This one just had to happen. Looking very forward to it. Two huge up-and-coming stars that have been blazing the trails here in the WFA recently go one-on-one. That's right, Bryce Donovan. The man has been picking up championships in every promotion he's stepping foot in and is looking to add the WFA Championship to his bag. More championships means more work, means more eyeballs, means bigger value, means more money. And Bryce Donovan is money, ladies and gentlemen. The size of this man, the physique, and just getting started. The man's faced the likes of Chris Statlander, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, Timothy Thatcher. He's reached that upper echelon, and by getting in the ring with the very best, iron sharpens iron, and Donovan is becoming a very accomplished and a very dangerous man to step into the ring with. Of course, his opponent has an impressive resume as well. The dime piece, Aaron Rourke, just a bursting rainbow of energy. Talking about the resume of Bryce Donovan, how's about Aaron Rourke facing the likes of Anthony Green, Blake Christian, Timothy Thatcher, Ali Catch, Max Caster, Masha Slamovich. In the same case of Donovan, iron sharpens iron, and Rourke is like a sword slashing through everyone here in the WFA. And as you can hear, quickly becoming one of the top superstars that the fans love and a top prospect for the WFA Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, this matchup is huge, and I cannot wait to see it get underway. What a main event this week we have for you. The crowd is just as fired up as I am. I hope you are watching at home. Bell has rung. Here we go. When the WWE ID system was announced, everyone was very excited to see who would get signed. These two men, very popular in their own respect. Starting things off, Bryce Donovan, I talked before about his deliberate pace. Everything is done with purpose, no wasted motion. He shoots off the ropes here. Aaron Rourke better have an answer, and instead gets caught by the big man. There we are. There's the answer. I was talking about Aaron Rourke looking for a sunset flip, but Bryce Donovan just too big, too powerful, and too focused. Now sending Aaron Rourke with authority to the ropes, but Aaron Rourke head scissors, but not taking the big man down, you noticed. Just falling into the corner. Rourke following it up with a back elbow, coming off the second side now, and a boot to the face, rocking Donovan. Rourke up to the middle rope, timepiece with a drop kick, and again, Bryce Donovan not reacting to Rourke's offense too much. But there he is. No, still on his feet, this big man, not giving Rourke anything to tip his hat to. Uh-oh, and he just caught Rourke, and we're in for a big choke slam on the side of the ring. A lot of steel to reinforce the ring on those edges. That's what makes it so much harder than the center. And Rourke now could be in trouble for that flurry of offense he saw early on as he tosses the dime piece like a dime bag. And Rourke to the floor in agony. My goodness, will he be able to answer the 10 count? I've talked about the pace. Now let's talk about Bryce Donovan's education, his mentors. Bryce Donovan is a student of the game well beyond his years in in-ring psychology. He is a master of this ring and a clubbing blow to the spine of Aaron Rourke. And the dime piece is in a whole lot of trouble now as he gets slammed with authority from Bryce Donovan. Look! 1. Getting a quick 2 count there. It's going to take a lot more to take out Aaron Rourke, it seems. But Bryce Donovan, this offense, not letting Aaron Rourke catch his breath whatsoever, delivering these thundering blows. He now has Rourke exactly where he wants him, on the ropes in the corner as he drives a boot into his midsection. And the crowd getting behind Aaron Rourke, but Donovan having an answer for it at every chance he gets. And now looking for a classic abdominal stretch. That's just right. Bryce Donovan silenced these fans in a heartbeat. Trying to will on Aaron Rourke here, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. He suffered a lot of damage very quickly. He came in so hot and got cooled right off by the big man. But Donovan in the corner now. Can Aaron Rourke mount some offense? Up and over to the apron. That is not where you want to be. Donovan has him exactly where he wants him there. And now what's he got planned here? Sending him. No. Aaron Rourke thankfully catching himself there before he ate some steel. Rourke again looking for something, but Donovan has this man well scouted, and again using the rope. That is a patented maneuver by Bryce Donovan, ladies and gentlemen. Using the ropes to his advantage, those big long legs, kicking that cable into the face of Rourke, but Rourke now looking. Caught him with a chop there, but no, sent to the corner, sent to the ropes. And eating that big slam. 2 and Rourke again kicking out. A punishment Rourke is sustaining in such quick fashion for Bryce Donovan. Bryce isn't even moving very much, ladies and gentlemen. That is the command and the presence this man has in the ring.
That's how you want to play?
I mentioned controlled, delivered. Oh my goodness, what a shot there from Donovan, and now looking to seal the deal. 2 and Rourke again, left shoulder up, struggling to get to his feet, struggling to create some distance to recompose himself. But Bryce Donovan,
Shut your mouth.
the pacing of this man. Oh, wait a minute there. Aaron Rourke with a little bit of a shot to the kisser. Reeling Bryce Donovan. Caught him very off guard. The crowd loved it. Aaron loved it, but I don't think Bryce did. He come charging in, and Rourke, there we are. Moving out of the way. This is his shot now. Firing away, trying to chop down that big redwood. But instead, Bryce sending Rourke to the corner. No, Rourke again moving. And again to the leg. And that one seems to have affected Donovan a little bit here. Rourke having to shift his focus and his strategy in this matchup. And it seems to be paying off right now. Low drop kick. Does he have him? Oh, I know what he's going for here. Aaron Rourke, master of the figure 4, adding it to his repertoire and paying off. Oh, and there we are with a knee DT, ladies and gentlemen. Driving and jacking that knee of Bryce Donovan multiple times now. And we're going to see it pay off here. Figure 4 time, locking him in. He's got it. He's got it in deep, and those big, long legs being the primary focus now of Aaron Rourke. And Bryce Donovan now is the one in trouble. Center of the ring. The man's got to try to use his power, use his size to get to those ropes to escape, and it looks like he's getting there. But the pain, perhaps too much. Rourke now trying to take shots at the legs of Donovan, forcing him into submission, but there it is, grabbing the bottom rope, forcing the break of the submission maneuver. And Aaron Rourke, in a hurry, has evened this thing out. Bryce Donovan looking to take a timeout on the outside of the ring, but Rourke not going to let him catch his breath, just like Bryce did to him. Coming off, there it is. diving on the big man and Aaron Rourke. Man, he is on fire. Donovan there, we just saw him drop to a knee, really starting to bother him now. The pressure is on, but all it takes is a choke slam to regain control. That's got to be it. Cover and no. Rourke still kicking out. What a phenomenal contest here. Back and forth. Oh my goodness. Just beheading Rourke with that lariat. 1, 2, no. I don't know how he does it, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Rourke kicking out once again, but Donovan now looking to finish it off. We saw him get the win last time, but that leg bothering him. Maybe the second that Aaron Rourke needed cover. Count, and we got the victory! Aaron Rourke scoring a massive win in this official WWE ID contest. What a fantastic performance from both men. Aaron Rourke has done it. What a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining us this week. And let me tell you, man, next week it gets even bigger. 6-man tag team matchup. Brandon Law finally gets his hands on Scott Reed, but he has to pick some partners first, as it is a 6-man tag team match. Scott Reed will be teaming with Brick City. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you subscribe. And man, we just witnessed a fire burner of a main event here tonight. You can expect much of the same next week as the crowd shares their dismay with Bryce Donovan. A phenomenal performance, but Aaron Rourke shifted strategy and was able, with just 3 seconds, able to pick up the victory. We'll be seeing more of those two men as well here in the WFA. Things just keep picking up. You don't want to miss next week. We'll see you then.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your main event of the evening.
Here we go, main event time, WFA Heavyweight Championship on the line. 2 WWE ID superstars about to clash for the ultimate prize here in the Wrestling Federation of America. We got a first look here at the challenger tonight, the dime piece, Aaron Rourke. An amazing athlete, charismatic, flamboyant, and gets the job done each and every time that bell rings. He is rightfully the #1 contender. Is going to bring his A game here tonight to the champion, Gaul. Gonna be an epic clash. Gaul recently defeated Mosh Pit to capture that championship and has been on a tear through the WFA. But now no more mind games. Now it's bell to bell. The man has to prove that he is the absolute best. We've seen what the schedule did to Mosh Pit as champion. Can Gaul handle that same schedule, that same workload, that same work rate? We now await the champion. What's this?
Jacked, ready to attack the real-life action figure, it's Gaul. Will not be making it tonight to WFA. You see, I have some business to handle in Orlando. I'm catching some rays, making sure I'm staying lean and mean, protein-consuming machine. So Aaron Rourke, tonight, if you beat whoever you're facing in the main event, I might show up to the next show. And all you dummies watching, you better not forget that when you're in mid-condition, there is no competition. Oh yeah.
Oh, wait a minute here. Gaul taking another shortcut, worming his way out of defending the championship? What? Now what are we doing? Aaron Rourke ready for action here, and are we gonna find an opponent here? We need a main event for the night. Oh, wait a minute! Recognize that music, former champion Mosh Pit. Is he cleared for action?
Hey, man. Hi. That Gaul, he is a titanic dingleberry, isn't he? Now, I actually have something really, really fun to announce to all of you right now.
Really?
That you and I get to be in a tag team next month.
Oh! I can't wait!
Against that, Tan Jack, whatever the hell he says, against him and one of his cronies or whatever. So I thought, you and I might be uniquely qualified to slap the spray tan off that collector's edition cruster. Yeah, you and I got a lot in common. I even love your fit. It's pretty righteous, isn't it? Yeah. Now, despite all that we have in common, there's still a few issues that you and I need to address right now. For one, I don't really like the idea of waiting in the back of the line for my championship rematch. I don't. This is a house at Mosh Pit, and let's just be honest. And because of that big weenie, there's no main event.
Which one?
Oh, the weenie? Oh, that would be the dude that has all those catchphrases that don't make any sense.
Candy Jack, ready to attack. Very good. That was a good one, right?
So, I had an idea. I figured maybe we can get to know each other a little bit better. Since you have an opening in your schedule and I have all the time in the world, apparently. So how about we solve a couple of issues, we get to know each other, and the winner of this little match gets to be number one contender.
There, the gauntlet has been thrown down.
I know you got a free schedule. Do you think you can squeeze me?
It's a hell of a replacement, if you ask me.
Squeeze you in, huh? See, there's a joke there, but I won't go there. It's a very interesting first date proposal, but as long as after I win, you buy. Okay? First drink's on you, alright? You're on.
Here we go, heck of a replacement, and Mosh Pit surprisingly back in the ring. That man carries the WFA with a badge of honor. Like he said, this is the house that Mosh built. He didn't want fans going home unhappy without a main event. He has been hanging around despite his injuries suffered in his match with Gaul, but he is here ready to give the fans what they paid for. He's got Aaron Rourke and Mosh Pit tying up to determine the new number one contender for that WFA Championship. See, very sportsmanlike exchanges here of holds. Who will gain the upper hand here? As Mosh Pit has the wrist control over Aaron Rourke. Now the former champion having control, but Aaron Rourke being able to escape there, reversing control of that wrist. And now, aggressively applying pressure here to the former champion. You heard it there, Mosh Pit and Aaron Rourke will be teaming up in the future to take on Gaul and a partner of his choosing. That'll be an interesting contest. I'm curious, though, if Gaul is pulling the strings here, avoiding championship match here tonight, and with a tag team match now coming up, is he avoiding another title defense? Timepiece headstand looking to escape that headlock. There we go. Cover. High stack. Mosh Pit able to escape, though.
That was naughty.
All right, fans are fired up for this one now. After that back and forth exchange, you know things are going to get taken to another level, though. We know how much Mosh Pit cares about that heavyweight championship. And now the crowd showing some love and affection of both athletes here. But man, these guys are going to turn it up to 11, and they are going to go. Who will walk away number one contender after it's all said and done here? And how is this match, as it continues to unfoil here, how is their relationship going to be affected as they are going to be teaming together against the WFA Heavyweight Champion? Oh, boots up by Mosh, coming off that middle rope now. There we are. Banton Mosh Pit, the man is looking good in the ring after losing that championship now. And now, things are taken up to another level here as the fists start flying. Mosh Pit having a little fun headbutt now to Aaron Rourke. Aaron Rourke, of course, signed to the WWE ID system. You've seen him on Evolve. And now Mosh Pit, hang on just a second here. Fireman's carry. Rourke escaping, though. Turning him over. Irish whip reverse from Mosh Pit, sent to the corner. Up and over, man. Look, back flip and drop kick. Excellent exchange there. Aaron Rourke looking like $1 million now. Coming in hard to the corner, back elbow. Possibly European uppercut there. No! Devastating boot to the corner. And Mosh Pit may be regretting coming back a little bit too early as we get the back suplex. Cover, counts. Mosh Pit able to get the shoulders up though. Both men looking excellent here, and we're still very early on in this thing. Aaron Rourke, knife edge chop there. Having a little bit of fun toying with Mosh Pit here, but Mosh Pit firing right back with one of his own. And now Aaron Rourke on the ropes here. Back and forth from both competitors, both vying for a shot at Gaul and that WFA Heavyweight Championship. Another series of knife edge chops. This thing is getting serious between the two of them. They went from exchanging professional holds to absolutely beating the snot out of each other. Coming in. Oh, went for a big one and missed. Mosh Pit, though, firing back with one of his own. Tit for tat here in our main event tonight. Now Mosh Pit whipping. No, Aaron Rourke with a reversal again. Mosh Pit eating the buckle. Rourke coming in hard. Double overhand chop. And that one has got to sting. But nothing would sting more than Mosh Pit losing his spot here in the WFA to the WWE ID talent. Man held that WFA Heavyweight Championship for years, defending against any and all comers, and now this new wave of talents coming in, threatening the top of the mountain position that Mosh Pit held. Now abdominal stretch from Aaron Rourke. Mosh Pit relying on this crowd. Mosh Pit, though, getting his knees down. Not as painful as that move could be had Aaron Rourke hooked the leg. Mosh Pit now back up to his feet, looking for the escape here. Nice hip top, sending Aaron Rourke for the ride. And now Mosh Pit having to dig deep here. Avoiding the back elbow, avoiding a clothesline. Mosh Pit sending Aaron Rourke down to the mat. And for a second time now, Mosh Pit fired up now. He is feeling it. And, driving him down. Cover, count, shoulders are down. No, Aaron Rourke able to escape that pinning attempt there. So back and forth, neither man gaining clear advantages in this thing. I think it goes to show the level of talent in Mosh Pit here, faring against some of the very best and brightest that the number one company in the wrestling world has their eyes on. And you know those higher-ups are going to be watching this thing. Mosh Pit firing back now with some strikes here. Both men on an even playing field. More back and forth exchanges here. Who is going to walk away the number one contender? The stakes could not be higher for either individual here. Both want a piece of Gaul. Mosh Pit wants the whole thing. And Aaron Rourke would love to add a championship to his carry-on bag as he flies around all of North America. Fireman's carry into a neckbreaker over the knee. My goodness, cover, count, this could be it. Mosh Pit, though, able somehow at the last second to escape that pinfall attempt. Things got so emotional when that championship was on the line. Mosh Pit against Gaul. He was driven to an emotional state where he made a very important mistake and drove himself through a table with his patented senton splash that won him so many championship matches.
This first date is crazy.
Aaron Rourke looking to finish off Mosh Pit, but Mosh Pit has other plans in mind. Fireman's carry, Rourke again escaping. And now the dime piece has the former champion up. No, Mosh Pit again sliding through. Cover. 2 count only. Aaron Rourke coming in, but eating a boot to the midsection. Mosh Pit now, hopefully third time's a charm here. He has Rourke up. Oh my goodness, driving him down. That was not a pleasant ride to be on. And Mosh Pit scores the victory on that one. How's about that? Mosh Pit stepping into the front of the line will challenge Gaul once again for that championship. Lots of respect between these two, and hopefully we get a rematch somewhere down the way, but they're going to have to work together. And speaking of tag team action, next week's episode of WFA Reborn is all about tag team turmoil. Brick City, our WFA Tag Team Champions, will be in action. Shot Through the Heart will be in action. And Jersey Muscle. All 3 teams will be in a tag team topped episode of WFA Reborn. Glad to have Mosh Pit back in the ring. Glad you could all join us this week for another great episode of WFA Reborn. Make sure you subscribe because there's plenty more coming down the line, including this man's quest for vengeance as he attempts to regain the WFA Heavyweight Championship.